believe we're streaming.
I think our.
Hold on. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to River Falls High School for River Falls High School Gymnastics. You know, we've been doing this for a long time, folks, and this is our first gymnastics venture on River Falls Sports on YouTube. But tonight, we're bringing you River Falls Gymnastics in a tri-meet. River Falls will be hosting Menomonie, Mustangs, and the Superior Spartans. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I'm Kevin Westhouse, joined by our great color and play-by-play commentators tonight, Katie Mikula, Debbie Treadwell, and Mr. Gregory Eugene Peters. Welcome aboard, folks.
Glad to be here, Kevin.
In a minute. Hey, we have right out of the chute. We're going to have an interview tonight. Debbie, who do you have up for our interview this evening?
Well, I have Shelly Cahoot-Loomis.
Well, Shelly, welcome aboard. I'm just going to turn this camera on, Shelly, because we like to give a lot of FaceTime. This is also television, Shelly. So.
Okay.
So, Greg, if you'd back up just a stitch, unless we want to, if you like you're in an interview. Go ahead. Why don't you guys take it away and talk a little bit about River Falls Gymnastics?
Well, first of all, so this was back in the fall. We had taught you and Julie, I believe, Bruns. We were talking about having and we said, hey, it's way overdue. We need to have gymnastics on the YouTube sports, and so we talked a little bit about and said, hey, it's sometimes the matches are kind of long, the meets are long and stuff. So we said, hey, this tri-meet will be a perfect opportunity. So we talked about this date months ago.
Yep.
And then so then we started talking about it, and we said, hey, it would be such a good thing to have one of the pioneers that started gymnastics at River Falls High School, and in the early 70s. I guess you were and we both agreed that having Shelly on to interview and talk a little bit about the history of River Falls Gymnastics would be that's a no-brainer.
Right.
So
absolutely.
That's where we are right now. We're going to talk to Shelly Cahoot-Loomis, and Shelly started. You were on some of the first teams ever, and then your coach was Deb Timmerman, and then you kind of took the torch from her. But talk about what it was like practicing and at meets at River Falls High School when the program first started in the early 70s.
Okay. Well, in the I think it was the mid-'70s. We were at the old academy building. That part of it just got tore down, and so it wasn't even at the high school. We were practicing there. And back in those days, you fought for a place to practice. I mean, sometimes,
Where did you practice?
Oh, we were in the cafeteria on the wrestling mat some of the time. We were in hallways. We were just wherever we could be. Eventually, they established a rotation where we rotated with the basketball teams in the gym. When I was coaching, late 70s, early 80s, I was telling a story recently about if there was a girls' basketball. There's the one gym at the middle school right now, so that's what we had, and we set up on the sidelines of the basketball court. So if there's a girls' basketball game that night, gymnastics, beam, and vault would be on one side of the basketball court, a couple strips of floor and bars on the other, and the basketball team would be practicing in the middle. Yep. So it was kind of crazy, and our girls nowadays can't really think back that far to what it would be to set up and take down and fight for space and all those kind of things.
Yeah, now it's a sharing space and things. It's commonplace. I mean, it's not even thought of. It's just done.
It's just planned in, and everybody has a place to go.
But back at that time, I'm sure Coach Timmerman had to come in with waving the Title IX card and had to say, somebody's going to get punched in the face if we're not allowed to practice.
There was a lot of struggles and tears, I know, on her part, and sitting us down in the locker room, wondering, do we want to continue with this, and showing up for practice and not being able to practice.
Well, Deb, ask her about the thing you said that Deb had a baby.
Oh.
Ask her that. That's a.
Well, she spotted me while she was pregnant. She was my coach, so.
And didn't they pack up all the equipment when she had the baby, assuming that she wasn't going to come back and finish the season?
Yep, I remember that story. Yep, and that's part of the things I was
she
talking
came
about.
back a week later.
Walk in, and you just wouldn't have any place to be gone, or you wouldn't have a place to be. So.
And then so talk about that transition. So you're a gymnast at River Falls High School, and then you go to school and you come back. And what was your first year coaching the Wildcats?
Well, actually, I was at the high school, and I was there when our first gymnast ever went to state, Pam Jenkins One Row. So she was our first River Falls women's gymnast to go to state. And then I
which is a
got
trivia.
injured.
If anybody listening, is a trivia question for later on in tonight's
Sure,
broadcast.
sure.
So if they're
She
listening,
went on the balance
if
beam.
they tune in early, they might get a free haircut.
There you go.
Yeah. And then I got injured I went to college, UWRF, and was in gymnastics and got injured. So then I went back and did my coaching practicum with Deb Timmerman.
Okay.
And I coached 2 years as her assistant, and then I was 3 years as a head coach while I was going to college.
Sure.
So-
Okay. So you started
In the early 80s, I was there for 5 years, and then I went away, got my first job, Worthington Hudson, and found my way back here in 1999.
That's where
That's where
I was born in Lakefield.
Oh, okay.
I know right where Worthington's at.
Where Worthington is, yep.
Yeah.
I was out there a couple of years.
Yeah. There's nothing out there.
Yeah, so in the course of coaching with Debbie, I guess we had gymnasts go to state, we had teams go to state, our first state champion, Cindy Ritger.
Yeah.
Oh, just giving them away.
There's another one.
Are these all ones you have down already?
No, but that's all right though. It
Yep.
it pays to listen early.
Yep.
To you got to come in for the legends and stuff.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, and so the first state tournament in Wisconsin was held in Eau Claire.
Yes,
If
that was before my time.
right.
But like when Pam and like in the 70s, it was down at Waukesha.
Right.
And at that time, it was a one-division tournament, and it was women and men. Girls and guys were both at the state tournament, big field house.
Why don't they do men's gymnastics
It
anymore?
was a numbers thing,
Okay.
throughout time. WIA, I don't know when it was, late
Right.
80s, early 90s when
It
men.
seems like, and on the flip side, it kind of seems like boys volleyball is coming back. Like that's kind of the hot new
Coming
sport
back,
to play
yeah.
on the east side of the state, and
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll trickle over this way. But yeah,
So as a young girl, it was really fun to go down and see the guys, doing
Yeah.
events, because around here we didn't have guys gymnastics. So that was another big part of the state tournament. And then it moved to a two-division state tournament and to Wisconsin Rapids.
okay,
So and that's where it's been since.
yeah. So talk about Deb Timmerman, yourself. You guys laid all those building blocks and that foundation for what is, I don't think too many people would argue, one of the top programs in the state, and has been for quite a long time. Tell me your thoughts on how that's happened. Like why is that?
Well, consistency had a big thing to do with it, with Debbie, and being there for quite a while, and then, me rolling into it there for a while. From the time in between, there was people coming and going, but I don't think it ever tanked, as you might say.
Right.
We always stayed status quo. We have with the university being here, and now our wonderful youth program has, that's tremendous.
And the youth program, we're
Right.
we're sandwiched in with that. I mean, but that just seems like it's just growing and growing and growing, and it has been for how long, Deb?
20 years? 20,
I
yeah.
was trying to figure out when we sat down one of the first times creating the board, but I'm guessing 99 or 2000, somewhere in there.
Yep, it was when college dropped their program.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, Kevin was telling me in my ear that I guess is the parent night starting in about 1 minute. Is that right? Or is that what's in 2 minutes? I think.
Another
Are you
rotation.
jumping the gun, Kevin? All right.
He is.
Okay.
The end of this rotation is
it's
warm-up
more-
is going to be in 1 minute.
I got you. Okay. So yeah, sorry about that.
No.
But yeah, so we were
the
kind of
youth sports,
Right,
their youth
right.
program, our gymnastics club has been awesome.
yeah.
Yep.
And I'm just very impressed. I mean, you come here look at how much time it would take to set all this stuff up and.
Right.
Yeah.
Do the
Well, the
gymnasts all
equipment's
do
evolved. Equipment's evolved. We used to practice on the wrestling mat. So
Mm-hmm.
we just rolled out 3 of the rolls of wrestling mat. Now there's, plywood,
floor.
foam, carpet, many layers there. Balance beam was a wooden beam. We didn't have this many matting back in the, the days.
Yeah.
So,
Where do they store all this? This is
Closet over there.
this all fits in.
Yeah.
I mean, and I've been in those closets before, but I guess and I know they're packed to the gill, but
It's
I've
a
never-
jigsaw puzzle. Jordan has it worked out, and then I
My
think there's
goodness.
a couple items over here, but
yeah,
majority
because
of
no,
those
it's in the
closets
closet.
are not that big.
Nope.
it folds up
How-
pretty tight and small.
How
and
does
so you
that floor? How do you get all that floor in
It's
there?
plywood boards.
4
So
by
it-
8 sheets.
4 by
Yeah.
8 sheets. You just stack them.
Good gracious! Yeah, that's. I would like to see that operation.
Yeah,
I would like
yeah,
to see it get set up and get put away too.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
you could help tonight
Well,
afterwards,
I
I'm
knew
sure.
that. I
You
knew
can
that
see
was
how it all
coming.
happens if you really
I
want
knew
to.
that right when I said that. I went,
Jordan be happy.
Yep, I knew that was coming.
one of the judges are starting to get together down here, so I'm going to probably have to head out. But you mentioned about one of the top programs in the state, and I was recently invited into the gym to talk about tradition and River Falls Gymnastics, and if I believe it's Mount Horeb has the only other team in the whole state that's gone to state as a team more than River Falls has. I don't know if we're on our 25th, 26th, 27th, something like that years going to state. But the interesting thing in my talk to the team that was kind of like a big light bulb moment was I was talking to them, and they all know that it's been since 2002 that River Falls Gymnastics has gone to state. So
every year.
Every year, is it 18 or 19 years in a row?
18, yep.
So I'm looking at these girls, and I'm saying 18, years in a row. And last year, I know the team really wanted to keep that, tradition going. They didn't want to be the team that broke the chain.
Right.
And as I was looking at these girls, I'm like, oh my gosh, they weren't even born yet.
I know.
So the girls on the team right now, their whole life, they've been here in River Falls Gymnastics, that the team's been going to state. So as far as the strength and the expectation of what happens, but I do have to head out now. But just talking about Debbie and what they're doing over at our new gymnastics facility. It's not just River Falls Gymnastics now, and Debbie can tell you more about that. But I believe that there's quite a few Hudson and area gymnasts that go there too. So it's quite the accomplishments and things that they've accomplished.
Thank you so much for coming up to talk with us. And I'd like
no booing the refs or anything or the judges during the meet tonight.
Good scores.
Thank you.
We'll keep it under wraps.
Thank you, Sally, very much.
Yeah. Thanks, Shelly.
Shelly?
Yeah, Shelly.
Shelly.
Yep. Yeah. So, and Devin, that's a great. It's kind of I was kind of planning on that segue anyway, but she, put it up on a tee for me.
Yep.
But that's the thing I was going to talk with you about, because then I know you had a huge hand, and I know Julie Bruns did. And I know there was a lot of people. It was Katie Mikla probably had a hand in it too. But
Secretary of the board.
There is a gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous building directly to our east. Called the River Falls State Bank Center.
Yep.
Correct. And tell me a little bit about that. I mean, I know I'm sure people notice it when they drive in, but there's probably some people that have hey, they think it's the school's building. I mean, it's in the school parking lot, so they probably, but it's not necessarily. But it's for the benefit of the kids that go here.
Correct. So we started talking about a building a long time ago. When the university dropped their collegiate program. The club kind of lost a home.
Right.
So at that point, we were really shuffling, trying to figure out where to go. And it was at that point that we put together a board, did all the filings for, a nonprofit organization, bylaws, the whole deal. And we just started. Actually, the high school helped us out. We used the middle school facility for a few years when we lost the facility at the university. So for us to be able to help them now, and because they work out in our facility, just gives them some more opportunities, little softer landings. So it's just kind of a payback. We've always kind of helped each other.
And then you were out by Jacqueline's auto body for. I remember dropping my oldest daughter off there at that location for one year. She was in it for a little while.
Yep, and Zany Janie's.
In the basement of Zany Janie's.
Yep, we were in the basement there. We actually, Kevin Black let us use a little bit of space at one point, too.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right.
I mean, we've been,
Hold on one second, I'm going to get
Yep.
Yes, and then, but when you guys had, I was given a guy named Jeff Mikla, you may know him. I was giving him some money to go get me a Diet Mountain Dew for the rest of the broadcast. You got to keep, and I know you're being interviewed right now, but you're also going to be the color commentator. You have to keep the throat nice and
okay.
As a speech pathologist, you must keep your vocal folds nice and hydrated.
Now, is there any vocal exercises that we should have been? Do you do the yellow leather? What's the?
I sure don't.
You speak that well right out of the gate.
If anything, I abuse my my vocal cords, especially at gymnastics meets, and especially when my daughter perhaps is on the floor.
Right.
This is going to be a stretch for me to stay quiet.
Are you going to be able to do this?
I may have to walk away
from
the microphone.
I'm going to tell you right now, Katie. If you yell, and I'm kidding, but I'm kind of serious. If you yell into that mic, like you're going to burst our eardrums.
It's going to hurt very harmful, and I will do my best. Yes,
And
I will
so,
refrain.
So you can't just do this and block it. Like you have to take them off and like put it behind your back.
Right.
And but actually, and it's kind of a funny point. They, a lot of the River Falls sports YouTube broadcasters, Mike Cayley, Rob Derry, really almost everybody, but Kevin and me early on. But now my kids are getting that. But most of the people that do it, they have kids that are in whatever sport they're doing, or at least they were. Maybe a year or two before that. So they still they're invested in the program and whatever. But it's but everybody has always said that, like, you have to sort of pull yourself away a little bit from and not be a mom or a dad, and you have to kind of, obviously we're not getting paid and we're not professionals doing this, but you still have to, you can't cheer for yell at the coach if he or she takes your kid out of the game or whatever.
Not once did I ever yell at Debbie, ever, in how many years?
I think that's true.
Right? Yeah.
We got a little bit. We went on a tangent, but so to wrap up, like it anyway. Just back to the River Falls State Bank Center. An unbelievable asset for our community, but it's not just for River Falls too. It's a River Falls area, or Western Wisconsin area facility, because you guys have people from all over the area that go there.
St. Croix Central, Hudson, Prescott, Spring Valley, any of the outlying areas.
Which in the end result of that, when you speak of high school gymnastics, all the programs around our area are just going to be that much better. You're going to have a lot of. It's going to happen.
Yep. They're going to just keep building them up. So we just hope to keep gymnastics strong in this area. So.
And I think you guys have done that, and it has been. As Shelley alluded to, 18 years in a row that that the Wildcats have been to the state tournament in gymnastics. Correct. I don't see. How do you top that?
Try to keep it going.
Yeah, there you go. And we're gonna have parent night. Katie's got what time do we have here? About 6:16. They're gonna start at about 6:20. So in about 4 or 5 minutes, we're gonna have parent night, and Katie is going to have to leave us for a few minutes because she is a parent.
I am.
And she's going to be escorting her daughter Eva, who is a junior, and then after that we'll start the event and be ready to go. So
sounds great.
We're going to turn up the microphone a little bit. Right about right there. How many judges do we have tonight?
I think we just have 4 judges tonight.
Okay. All right. How's that?
Hi, good. How are you?
Oh my gosh.
You can just hear people talking down there. Yeah.
That's Shelley.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Hey, Greg. How do gymnasts usually greet each other? They say things like,
sure.
"Hey, nice to meet you."
There you go.
But
I love. You know what?
Are you here all night?
I am literally.
I'm here
all night.
I love hearing jokes, and I'm awful at telling them, but I like hearing them. Even I would kind of give that probably a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe a 7.
All right.
What do you have any? Do you have any other ones?
Do I have any better ones? Yes, I do. I'm just going to infuse them as the night goes on. But
this morning I was looking out the window and I saw my neighbor talking to my cat, and I thought that's kind of weird. So I went in and told my dog that just shouldn't be happening.
You turned the mic on for that.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Just saying.
Do you think Julie and Kurt Bruns are watching this from Hawaii, or are they going to watch maybe they can put it up at their Super Bowl party?
Oh, yeah, we could replay it there.
If the Super Bowl gets
They're not going to be here for their Super Bowl party.
I heard they were.
They're going to try.
I heard they're going to come in right when it starts. They're going to get in, or that's what I heard anyway.
No delays in LAX.
Well,
right?
Wow.
According to Kurt, they were going to be there, but
Coming in hot.
Yeah.
Coming in hot.
So how many? Katie, you've been coming. So Eva's been. You've been coming to the high school meets for sure for 2 years.
High school meets.
Or
this
three.
is 3.
3 years. Yep.
3 years, and Eva began thanks to. Speaking of Kurt and Julie Bruns, that's how Eva got into gymnastics. We were neighbors.
Tell that story.
I will. Thank you, Greg.
All right.
We were neighbors over in the River Ridge area, beautiful area. And Eva was horsing around in the driveway at the tender age of 8, and Julie said, hey, that kid can do a good cartwheel. Have you thought about gymnastics? And the rest is history.
Yeah.
So, yes, Eva was with the club from age 8, young 8, all the way through the club, all the way right up leading into and through high school.
And I knew I was getting either texts or phone calls from you, excuse me, about, it was quite a while ago when we were, it was maybe even when, it wasn't even when the new building was built. It was, hey, would you want to sponsor? Oh, that was when you guys were over by,
Plumbers.
Steiner's, yeah.
Oh, sure.
Because we were getting asked to
Yes,
sponsor
to sponsor the
signs.
flag.
Sponsor
and
the
signs,
flag.
sure.
Yep.
Yes. So you've been involved in gymnastics.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
What
say?
I said you've been involved in the gymnastics program as a parent and helping out. And
Yes,
things like
as a
that.
parent, and then for the River Falls Gymnastics Club, I was on the board for 5 years, and 4 of those years as secretary. So I tell you,
Okay.
you talk about a well-organized and professionally run board meeting. Those were amazing. They were really well run. I've been a part of many other meetings that aren't as well organized and professional.
Has Debbie Tradewell, has she ever thrown anything in a meeting at all?
There was one time I believe she slammed her hand down on a table to really drive home a point. But that only that one time.
That's good.
Now Julie, on the other hand, no.
I can see her being. I can see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kurt gets pretty fired up too.
Yeah.
I must excuse myself.
Yep, it's
All
parent
right.
night.
Yes,
We're
thank
gonna
you.
have. We have. So Katie Mikla is gonna go down and join her husband Jeff and her daughter Eva, along with the rest of the Wildcat gymnastics squad and their parents. I don't know where they're coming in from. They're congregating down there. We're gonna turn the. We're going to turn the audio a little bit up down there on the microphone by the table.
So Greg, the goal with Mike number 2 is to be able to pick up the PA announcer when he makes the announcement of the parents and kids.
You got to be nice to those PA guys,
right,
Kevin.
Right. I was going to just wrap it around their mic,
Here
but I
comes
think we
Megan.
can pick it up. So this is kind of fun. Parents' night. We'll give them a little keepsake tonight. We'll get this.
Here, I'll send this to you, Deb.
Yep. And that was Megan Peters. She is one of the assistant coaches.
We were just Megan and I were talking before we got set up, about an hour or so ago, and to see if we were related.
Oh,
We don't know.
Peters.
We don't know if we are or not, but
Could be. I think she's from Hastings.
she said her granddad was one of 12 brothers and sisters, and my dad's granddad was one of 19 brothers and sisters. So I think some black sheep
Could be.
could have snuck over to Hastings and
Yeah.
made us related. I don't know though. I have no idea.
Megan coached with the club also.
Okay.
She was actually the head coach for team for a number of
And
years.
has Jordan Meyer worked with the youth program as well?
He has, and he came
Oh,
in.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
He came into the.
Texting is a. You know what? I was assuming Jordan was a female because I was over, and I talked numerous texts.
Do you know how to say
But
Aaron's
that
last
never came
Aaron
up.
Lilydall? No, I have no clue. I don't think.
And we-
I don't say last names.
Hey, we're gonna turn it
That's
down
funny.
because they don't know if they don't know they're on. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jordan actually he was a manager of the high school team when his sister was on the team,
Okay.
Kelly.
Okay.
So and then he just liked gymnastics, so he wanted to learn more about it. He came in and actually
where's Jordan now?
he's standing next to Jeff Mikla.
Yep.
So he came in and just said, "I want to learn as much as I can."
Okay.
Volunteered his time, and helped. Actually, he helped with team. Learned how to spot all kinds of skills.
Yeah.
Kept working with the high school, and since then he's also become part of the board. He is the high school representative on our board, so that there's always a connection between the high school and the club.
There is a one thing that is predominantly obvious to me is that the reason and I mean I would say I'm unattached. I mean I don't have any kids in it. I mean, but I know you guys were friends and things like that. But but just sitting and talking with Shelly and then you, and you start telling me how it all, like, there's the reason that it's because of the people. Like, there's no, like, yes, you got to have a facility, and that makes it easier. But if anybody can say, well, hey, they have that building, and that's why, like, no, it's the people have done it. And there's been, like Shelly said, they've practiced in hallways, they've practiced in cafeterias, and they've done this and that. And if someone is consistently plowing through and keep going forward and keep getting better and better, this is the result.
Yep. And you know, I mean, it goes. I mean, the parents get the kids to where they need to be, you know, for workouts. I mean, we had Katie and Jeff up here. I mean, I can't tell you how many times Jeff can probably set that floor up.
Yeah.
He can tell you how it goes together because he's put it together and pulled it apart so many times.
Well, you know, his nickname is MacGyver. And
I did not know that.
And if you've ever seen that guy in a pair of cut-off jean shorts, consider yourself lucky. Here, we're going to listen to the PA announcer introduce our parent night. We'll help it out a little bit.
The team from Menomonie, coached by Aaron Lillydahl and assistant coach Dakota Jondal. Peyton Wilkerson Hardy, Melody Greenwood, Alyssa Mogan, Chloe Oler, Alexis Anderson, Emmanuel Richards, Alexa Cummings, Ashley Harris, Kelsey Mackey, and McKenna Mogan.
That was your Menomonie Mustangs.
And introducing the team from Superior.
The Superior Spartans,
Coached by Don Furfund
There you
and
have it.
assistant coach George Deppa. Athletes Reese Dio, Samantha Dandria, Navali Flores, Michelle Fidali, Alyssa Nelson, Molly Rossing, Paige Rusk, Peyton Rusk, and Taylor Thursby. And competing for our host team, the River Falls Wildcats, coached by Bridget Lensing, Jordan Meyer, and Megan Peters. Our amazing gymnasts, Madison Berg, Eva Mikla, Madison Tate, Autumn Teedy, Alexis Epstein, Madeline Simpson, Claire Stewart, Avery Arndt, Jaden Dwyer, Sophia Jensen, Lily Langer, Katie Olson, Julia Schmidt-Mischke, and Kaylee Volkman.
We're going to have to recruit that PA lady to some other events.
Yeah, she's been doing that for a while.
Tonight is Parents' Night, where we would like to acknowledge all the work the parents have put in with their support over the years. We've got Avery Arndt with Kelly and Matt. Oh, was that? Okay, sorry.
What did she say?
She said the girls didn't listen.
So the girls just didn't listen, so we can just go through all the names real quick.
Okay, so we have Avery Arndt with Kelly and Matt. Okay, yay! All right. And then Madison Berg with Kim and Ryan.
City manager
Jaden
Scott
Dwyer
Simpson's in the
with
building.
Lee and
Yes.
Josh.
Looking very dapper in his.
Alexis Epstein with Holly and Gary. Sophia Jensen with Leslie and Brian. Lily Langer with Jen and Josh. Eva Mikla with Katie and Jeff. Katie Olson with Karen
and she's
and
back.
James. Julia Schmidt-Mischke with Tanya and Joe.
The
Madeline
parents
Simpson
get
with
their name
Rachel
announced and they don't even get to walk out on the court.
Stewart
Or on the,
with Gail and Thomas.
Slight miscommunication.
Madison
Okay.
Tate with Lindsay and Bednar. Autumn Teedy
No one listens to
with
Megan.
Martin
No one listens. No.
And Kaylee Volkman
Most of them. You just haven't done it here before.
I've never seen a parents' night where the parents got hung out to dry.
Yeah. And I was looking forward to seeing Sue and Dean. Is it Dennis's last name Grizar?
Grizar, yes.
Yeah.
We are also acknowledging
They.
it is our senior night.
Oh,
Senior
yay.
night.
How do you have senior night with no seniors?
We have one senior.
We do have a senior.
Our team manager, Allison Rafferty.
Ah,
yeah.
yes. Is that Rita's daughter?
Granddaughter. Rita?
That's her granddaughter?
Wait.
Oh, okay.
Brandy and
Well, yeah, I guess her mom is right here. Her mom is Brandy, yeah. Okay.
served on that board.
Yeah.
And Jason as well.
Supporting me and then allowing me back to manage the team, and then also being amazing mentors for me. And
This is Allison Rafferty. She is the senior manager for the River Falls Wildcat Gymnastics team.
All right, we are now ready for the national anthem. We have the privilege of having the RFHS pep band here to play for us. So would everyone please at this time stand, take off your hat for the playing of our national anthem.
Well, good evening again, everybody, and welcome to River Falls High School. It's River Falls Varsity Gymnastics. This might be the maiden voyage of gymnastic broadcast here on the YouTube. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I'm Kevin Westhouse, joined by my great play-by-play and color commentators, Katie Mikula, Debbie Tradewell, and Mr. Gregory Eugene Peters. Tonight, River Falls hosts the Menomonie Mustangs and the Superior Spartans. Katie, Debbie, and Greg, take it away.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Yeah, one of the big part of the compound word championship is the word ship, and we're going to take a journey tonight.
We sure are.
For River Falls
We're going to
Gymnastics.
ride this boat.
That's right. That's right. So tell us a little bit about, so fans they're tuning in for the first time. They're watching River Falls High School Gymnastics. Tell us a little bit about how it goes, how the event goes. As far as setup, so we're going to have two events going at the same time, whether it be, and then kind of talk about kind of how a gymnastic meet, how it's run, how it goes.
So the team scores are all based off of the top 4 scores of the girls that compete. There's 5 for each varsity event.
Correct.
And how many events are there?
There are 4 events. We're going to start with vault and bars. We just have 4 judges tonight. For a JV event, they only require 1 judge. All varsity routines will have 2 judges.
And so one of the judges was Shelly Cahoot-Loomis, who
Yep.
we interviewed earlier for those of you that are just tuning in. But Shelly is a pioneer for the River Falls Wildcat gymnastics program, dating back all the way back to the 70s, I suppose, when she was a gymnast here, and then early 80s and the 80s from coaching. And then so we look like we set Menomonie over there is on bars first.
Yep.
So
And I believe
I believe we will be on vault.
I believe so. I saw Megan down there, but
So I just also want to remind the viewers at home. So River Falls is probably going to get the most coverage tonight. So if you've tuned in from Menomonie and Superior, we'll get what we can. But predominantly, this will be a River Falls covered event tonight. It's tough with one camera getting all the schools. So if people from Superior and Menomonie are a little disappointed because we're not getting them more, again, predominantly River Falls,
Well,
we'll get what we can from Superior and Menomonie.
Hey, we're going to do the best job
Best
we can
job
do.
we can. So
We're gonna do the
thanks
best
for your
job.
patience, everybody.
Well, coming up first on bars for Menomonie, because we'll go ahead and cover them because I don't see, and is Ashley Harris. She's a freshman, and she's leading off. She's leading off for the Mustangs on the bars. What are some things that we're looking at as a judge on the bars?
So they're looking. There are on each event there are certain requirements, like swinging elements, a kip, a handstand, the superior dismount. Each skill has a certain value to it, and then there's always deductions. Unfortunately, like if the toes aren't pointed or the knees are bent or the arms are bent, they can take a degree of, a point could be anywhere from 1/10 to 3/10, depending on the specific deduction.
Yes, the judging from the parent perspective, it's definitely something you have to learn, and that's another area where Shelley and Debbie shine, because they will meet with parents and explain how the judging and the scoring works, because it's a balance of earning 1/10 of a point or 2/10 of a point or deducting a 0.5, depending on what the gymnast is doing on the apparatus. So it's always an up and down game. So what you'll see as a viewer, if you're a first-time watcher, is right now on each apparatus, the teams, and I see Superior here on vault, there's a 2-minute touch, which means they get 2 minutes prior to the event.
Superior they're in the maroon.
Superior on the vault and
here.
Menomonie is
Yeah,
over
yeah.
on the bars.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And so both teams then get a 2-minute touch, which means they get a couple minutes to kind of warm up for that specific event.
Right.
And then you'll hear the announcement here that then they will start, which means then it will be the balance of there may be a JV gymnast going, and that's where, like Debbie said, there will be one judge. You'll see one score flashed. And then when a varsity gymnast goes on both of these two apparatus, you'll see 2 scores being flashed. For varsity, then, when you see the 2 scores, you take the average of the 2 scores.
That would be the mean or the median?
That would be the median.
The average. I'm going to stick with
both.
average.
See, it would be both. Thanks, Kevin.
Yes.
And then also on vault, the gymnast gets to try twice. They get 2 attempts, 2 vaults. And it's actually the highest of those 2 vaults that counts towards a score.
Okay.
So you could like bomb one vault.
You could get a 0 and a 9, and you're going to get a 9.
You're going to get the 9,
Okay.
yeah. So they just
Yeah.
are looking for that one high score.
I spoke with Aaron, for the head coach for Menomonie, earlier in the week and stuff, doing some recon on,
Nice.
and she was telling me how that Alexa Anderson, she's a freshman, very very strong on the bars. That's her best event. And so the question I had for you, she said if she hits her, she's the only gymnast that does a handstand in her routine, and if she hits it, and she hasn't yet. So what does she mean by that? I mean, I know what a handstand is, but what do you mean when you hit? So you just have to stop? Is that when you hit it? What does that mean?
You only get credit if you hit a certain percentage of the handstand. They, of course, want to see it right on top of the bar, but they're going to give you a little bit of leniency if it's a little bit shy. But they really want her to hit right on top of the bar, and then she's going to get the full credit for it.
She said she has not stuck it yet, but she thinks she's going to do it tonight. She's confident.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep watching
And
for her.
sounds-
They'll do a timed warm up after JV's done. I'm assuming that they'll do a touch real quick.
Aaron said Alexis Anderson also does a neat side aerial on her beam,
Ooh.
Oh,
and
We
she
like
said she
those.
does it with grace.
nice. Right.
So Greg and Debbie and Katie, so we also just a little housekeeping here. If you want to chime in the comments section like some people already have, we do like to give shout outs. So
Oh,
we look for the viewer tuning in from the farthest distance or a unique viewer.
Kevin,
So we do shout-outs, so go ahead and chime on in. Let us know where you're
Kevin,
listening and watching
if
from tonight.
one thing, if you could do me a
Yes,
favor,
yes.
you man the comments,
Yep.
and you can and
Yep.
pop in
I'll
on your mic,
I'll bring them on in to you.
and also let people know. So we'll do it. We got a little bit of time before the action. They're warming up right now. So I have a question for everybody.
Oh, this
This
is
is a
like
trivia
yeah,
question.
kind of like a Wildcat trivia with no prize.
And do you want to use my? You want to use my cell phone or yours, Kevin? It doesn't matter.
Go
to
ahead.
Me.
Go ahead, Greg.
All right. So if you know the answer to this and you want to win a free haircut and style from Wendy Cipher,
Here, put your phone number in there, Greg.
all right, I'll put it in here. If you're watching, I'll put it in here right now. Just a
This
second.
is so the phone number going in is for some Wildcat trivia. You know,
A prize.
you know what we should do? I'm just going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to take a broadcasting risk. We're going to do a $10 gift card to the Nutty Squirrel for Wildcat trivia tonight. We do it on basketball.
Here you go.
We're going to go ahead and do that tonight. So if you want to just do a Wildcat trivia, and we can just do
and I
an
have
official-
I have a prize, but we can give another one.
there you go.
I have
Well,
trivia questions coming out of the wazoo.
You know what
tonight.
that would mean? You know what that would mean, Greg? We have a prize vault.
We do have a
Yeah.
prize vault. It's I kind of feel like Bob Barker on Price is Right, and we have that many prizes tonight.
So you go ahead and you do the question
spin
and
the wheel.
prizes, and I'll just get back
Okay.
over here and just be quiet.
And we'll randomly do them throughout the night, and so text your answer when you hear it to 715-307-2360. That is my cell number.
Yeah, you can win two ways. You can go in the comments section and leave
Powered-
it, or you can
powered-
text it to Greg Peters.
You can do it either way. Powered by Verizon. So here's your question. Name the first state champion gymnastics winner. Or I'm sorry, the first state champion that River Falls had in gymnastics. And it was the first overall.
What are we playing for,
women's-
Greg?
This is for a free. You don't have your. Can you hear on your headphones or your? Oh, you got it.
I got it.
So it's for a free haircut and style from Wendy Cipher at Lori's
Nice.
Salon and Day Spa. Or is it Lori's Day
Lori's.
Spa and Salon?
I think it's Salon and Day Spa.
It is Lori's.
It's Lori's.
It's
Yeah.
Lori's.
Everyone
But-
knows
Dave.
it by the one
And
name.
actually they're all tuning
It's
in
like
as
Wendy.
we speak.
Right?
You know Wendy by Wendy.
Right.
Yep. And actually
Shout out
she's
to
in the head massage comes free with that as well. So if you know
That's got to be the bail to hand. Did she say that she wants her to hit the bail to hand?
you're talking about the handstand?
Yeah.
Yep. That's Alexa Anderson. Yeah. And we've got some time too. I mean, you
Okay.
can.
So, Greg, repeat the question and then
So
repeat the prize.
question is name the first River Falls state champion in gymnastics.
And you can either text that to the number on the comments section to Greg Peters, or you can leave it in the comments section. And you're playing for a haircut and style at
A free
Lori's.
haircut and style and head
Lori's.
head
At
massage
Lori's.
from Wendy Cipher at Lori's Salon and Day Spa.
You know, I think
hold on.
It doesn't
I
matter
know exactly
because
what it is.
I
I got a
think-
card in here.
Because I think you could salon.
It's Lori's Salon and Day Spa.
Because I think you could salon and day spa, or you could day spa and
Yep.
salon. I
No,
don't think it
I'm
matters
positive.
that
It's
much.
Lori's Salon and Day Spa. It's at 303 North 2nd Street in River Falls,
you
Wisconsin.
go.
We sincerely appreciate
Thank you, Wendy.
all their support
Yes.
over there. And
Shout out to
Lori's.
Wendy.
I had a haircut.
So
from
here we go.
Wendy-
Oh, we got
Wendy
it. We got
today.
one in.
You got one?
Here we got it. Jana Fires and Pam Jenkins.
That is incorrect.
Oh.
It's not Pam Jenkins.
She was a gymnast.
She
Jana.
Jana Fireisen?
Yeah, it's a
Is that right?
Pam Jenkins. But that's a good guess, Jana, because Pam Jenkins qualified for sectionals on the beam in 1973-74, but not the first state champion.
Ooh.
Wow.
But it was a state championship on beam, right?
Yes, that is correct.
So she
The
was very
first-
close.
The first state title was won on the
A
beam.
hint. A hint.
On the beam. Yep.
Katie gives a hint. I like it.
So we can let it go for a little while too.
We
so.
can let it simmer.
How much longer do you think they have?
As our friend Tim Burns would say, put Google down and let's argue about it for a while.
That's right.
They are actively now doing the vaults, correct? We were seeing some scoring down here on the vault by Superior.
Superior. Yep.
Do you know any of the other? Do you know all the judges down there?
Well, of course, we know Shelly.
So is this real right here?
This
Yep.
is real.
Okay.
That's
This is hot. So who's
This is
going
hot.
and what are we
Yeah.
scoring?
So this
Hold
is
on.
Menomonie. I believe that was her second vault, and so you'll see then the score flashers will give the two scores. You'll see the two judges scoring at the same time here.
So
And if you-
is this Superior or Menomonie right here?
This is Superior,
Superior.
down in front of us here on
okay,
vault.
Mhm.
So it's Shelly. I think that's, I want to say Katie, but I'm not. Do we have the judges' names?
It would be in here. I know on the vaults.
I got it.
Oh,
right
we
here.
have another guest from Jana Fire, isn't it? Cindy Ritker.
It is correct.
Oh,
Jana.
Yeah, nice
Cindy-
job.
Jana Fireeisen, you
Comes
are
through.
a winner. Of
You get a free haircut and style from Wendy Cipher from Lori's Salon and Day Spa. Jana, I will hook up with you later this week and get you your prize.
Jana, congratulations, and thanks for tuning in to Wildcat Gymnastics.
So
tonight.
this first vaulter for the Spartans from Superior is Peyton Rusk, unless this is the second.
I believe this is the third.
Third, okay. So this is Alyssa Nelson.
The judge sitting down is actually Mary Jean Lucas. She was someone that worked, kind of started gymnastics in Hastings, the same time that Deb Timmerman was starting it in River Falls.
In
The
it's
high school level.
Early to mid-70s?
Yes, yep, they were fighting the same battles, and they were teams that would go against each other, just so they had somebody to compete against
Yeah.
each other that was pretty close.
So I'm guessing Shelley knows her
Yes.
fairly well throughout the years.
And they're training in a new judge, so Mary's here to kind of oversee that, I assume. So some of the things they're looking for on the vault.
Okay.
Once they hit the board, they're looking at like the body angles. Are their hips bent? Are their legs together? Are their toes pointed? You want to see it nice and tight off that board onto that vault. Once they hit the vault, they again want the head in, legs tight, and then they're looking for the repulsion off of the vault. So the distance that they land away from the vault, whether or not they take a step. A step is like a 1/10 deduction. If they take 2 steps or a huge step or touch their hands, those deductions all depend on how many steps or if the hands
Yeah.
touch or anything.
I spoke with Dawn Fervin. She's the head coach for the Spartans for Superior before, earlier today before the match. And Alyssa Nelson that just went, she said she had some back injuries. She's been out for a little while. She's back now. But she said she has made so much headway this year and gotten so much better this year that she said she was very extremely proud of her for the strides she had made.
Excellent.
Next up, we have, I believe this is Molly Rossing.
It's a very nice.
Nice.
Clean handspring.
Hey, we have an update from Jennifer Fireeyes, and she says, "Hey, give that back to someone else. My sister works for Lori's Day Spa, so having friends and family in the prize vault, that would probably." She's saying it disqualifies me. So,
Well, she
so
can win
gr-
the $10. She can win the $10.
You know
Nutty
what?
Squirrel.
We'll give her the $10 Nutty Squirrel gift card.
Okay.
I'll send it her way. How
Good
about
work.
that?
That'll be great. I'll take Janet to lunch.
There we go.
You know, I used to have a
What did
fear
she
of
get up-
vaulting.
what-
Oh,
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, as I'm watching this last vaulter go, I used to have a fear of vaulting, but I've gotten over it.
That's good.
nice.
That's good. That's good.
Here all night.
Yep.
What was? Did you guys see what her scores were?
The
Her first one.
8-2 and 7-8.
Okay.
So an 8.0 average. That vault is only worth an 8.6. So
Okay.
there was only 0.6 of deduction throughout the whole. And she took a step at the
Yeah.
end. So, yep. So she's got a 7.95.
Okay. What is a good? I mean, I know it's out of 10, obviously, but what?
Oh no, that one is on. The vaults have different values
Oh, they
depending on
do?
their difficulty. Yep. So that vault that she did was only out of an 8.6.
So then that's a pretty.
That's a
pretty
great
strong,
score,
Pretty
yeah.
strong score.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why we have you here tonight.
Yeah.
Right. And she's
In
even
my
got her
rule book.
handy dandy little rule book right here. Ooh, it looks like the
Wildcats.
Wildcats are about to start the 2-minute warm-up.
And we're gonna see. Menomonie over on the bars here shortly, won't we?
Yes. It looks like their varsity is going to be up here.
Let me scroll down to that, and we'll.
See who's up.
So the River Falls gymnasts had to make a couple quick adjustments just, I believe, late yesterday. The team's been working through a couple injuries with some of our varsity and junior varsity gymnasts. And Kaylee suffered like a hyperextension of her knee last night at practice. And so we had to make some quick adjustments and add some of our gymnasts then to the varsity roster. Kaylee was going to be doing a couple of the, I believe vault was one of them. So Katie here, who is just about to go on vault for the Wildcats, will be vaulting JV. This is Katie Olson, otherwise known as KDO, the other KDO in River Falls, Wisconsin.
Yeah. And so I was talking with Bridget, the head coach for the Wildcats, and she said that Maddie Simpson had recently had a concussion.
Correct.
Is that Scott's daughter?
It
Yes.
sure is.
I didn't even put 2 and 2 together until I just saw Scott and his.
You will definitely hear Scott this evening. He
Yeah.
has the coined phrase, "Go Cats." But
Okay.
I cannot do it in the volume nor quite the tone that he gets it. But
He's got strong pipes.
when
There's
you
no
hear
doubt
it,
about
you
it.
know it is Scott. Yes.
So this is
On the bars for the Mustangs, I'm sorry, Deb, but this is Kelsey Mackey. She's a freshman.
And we got Katie on vault. It's going to be a half on vault.
Yeah, you guys take it away on the vault because that. Okay. Where's that?
That's going to be out of a 9-0. So what's kind of fun is this year is the first year that all of the home meets have been at the high school.
Yes.
And I see that we have,
I was just going to say that gymnastics meets are the coolest place to be because they're full of fans.
Yeah.
I don't know, Kevin, if if you can catch that angle, but we've got a nice little student section. Oh, here goes Katie's second attempt. Oops, very nice. But yes, we have a good crew in the student section. We've got a nice, hefty parent section.
Great job from the pep band for the
Oh, yes, definitely.
Definitely a shout out to the River Falls High School pep band.
Yep.
That was awesome.
for the national anthem. Who do we have up next on the vault for the Cats?
this is going to be Julia.
There it goes.
Julia Schmidt-Mitschke, a freshman.
Yep. And she's coming back from a bad ankle sprain from earlier in the season.
I wish other sports would allow to put like cool little Wildcat tattoos on your
Tattoos,
face.
right?
That'd be. I would have done that.
Well, and sparkles on the arm. I mean,
Why not? I mean, you can do eye black, I guess, but it's just not the same.
no, the tattoos are pretty cool.
Yeah.
There was
go.
better.
That was,
Yeah.
yes.
She had a lot more height on
Yes.
that one.
Yep.
Yes. See? What a
See,
quick learner
look
you are,
at
Mr.
us.
Peters.
Yeah. That was a lot more powerful attempt.
Yep.
This is Avery going for River Falls.
There she goes. And that's a half-half. Again, they're going to look.
Oh, yeah, Avery Arndt.
Yep.
Was it her parents that messed up the parent night?
Being
They
the first alphabetically.
They called her out, and then nothing happened, and so then they just
Everybody-
scrapped the idea.
When I asked Eva, I said, no, I think you were supposed to wait for us. She goes, no, Mom. Bridget said when we heard our name to come out. And so they interpreted that as when they heard their name as calling as gymnasts, that they were to come out.
Oh,
She had a different little front little twist in the middle.
yeah. So that's
What's that called?
that's a half on and then half off. So
Okay.
they twist a half on, halfway around on, and a half off.
Are you kind of the Mr. Miyagi of youth gymnastics? The wax on, wax off,
Getting
twist
them-
on, twist off.
Well, and to understand how complicated that is, you're upside down, and then we're telling them to twist it a complete.
And she
Different-
tried the
she did
same
the
thing
same
right there.
thing,
Yeah. And who is that now?
That's going to
That's
be
Jaden.
Jaden.
Jaden Dwyer. Jaden Dwyer is a freshman. That was her first attempt on the vault. What did she score, Miss KDO?
I saw a 7-8.
They're pretty fast over there.
Well, that might have been the previous score. It looks like she's scoring right now. So Hold the phone. Or the microphone.
On the microphone. There you go.
Her score for that vault was 7.6.
Yeah, so she's averaging 7. Jaden Dwyer's averaging 7.52 on the vault this season.
There.
Oh, that one will be
stuck
better.
that one.
was
Yep.
well done, Jaden. This is normally where I'd be screaming, so I am
Yes.
using my
So far,
indoor voice.
very
here.
good.
Yes.
If you need to scream, you just take that headset off and scream
You
away.
know, the vault I can usually refrain myself. Bars I
What's
can
your
usually
what's your most fun event to watch?
Well, fun is floor.
Okay. Same as
Nerve-wracking
Deb.
yet exciting and is beam. It renders me to tears.
Yeah. Who do we have here?
This is
Sophia.
Yep.
Sophia Jensen, also a 9th grader. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 freshmen, 3 sophomores, and 4 juniors. No seniors except for the on the managing team.
correct.
So I have a question for the broadcast team. So I have team scores up on the broadcast, but when do we get to know team scores?
Not till an event is over.
Okay.
Because they're going to take the 4 highest scores, so you don't know that until the event is completed.
All right. For those of you at home yelling at your television or computer, but there is no scores, we don't have scores yet.
Not
so
yet.
Right.
Is this still Jaden or is this?
This
is
is
Sophia.
Fee.
Okay.
Oh,
There, that was
there we
better.
go.
She made it all the way around, nice and clean, a little more distance off the ball.
Feet were tight. Yep.
Sophia Jensen.
Yep. So now
I'm
I
kind of
believe
looking at her.
So now they're going to take a touch for.
they're going to take a little break. Varsity's going to warm up.
Yep.
What did she score there, Deb?
Not yet.
It is coming.
Okay. So
8.
she averages 7.64.
8-1. I think that should
So
be a
that's
newer.
her PR. It's her PRs.
It
There
should
we
be
go.
a,
Her
a, new,
person-
a new
yeah.
vault for her.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
I'm over on the uneven bars with Menomonie right now.
With Menomonie. All right.
Well, let's
Oh,
get
that-
it back
there's
here
your
on the
giant.
vault.
That is a
Let's
giant.
get it back on the vault.
They're
here.
on touches right
They're
now,
just
Greg.
warming up.
They're warming up.
Very nice.
This
Sucker
is-
landing.
They're just touching right now and just getting their warm-ups.
Oh, this
in.
is warm.
Yep,
gotcha.
just warm-ups. Warm-ups
I
and
was about
vault
to
for
say-
the Wildcats.
I was about to say, if you take that camera off the vault,
Nope.
that's Katie's daughter right there.
Nope.
But no,
Lexi.
but getting back to Sophia Jensen, she just had a personal
That's
record,
awesome. That's great.
She
according
did.
to my information.
And Sophia
there.
is.
Oh, that's awesome.
She will also be jumping in varsity on beam.
Okay.
So that's a big step up for her as that event comes up.
So Scott's daughter, Maddie, she was on varsity, but just got injured.
On bars, yes.
Oh, bars.
So again,
yeah,
this is where there's different gymnasts on
Okay.
each apparatus depending
Yep,
on.
yep.
All right, looks like we've got Lily ready to go here.
Wherever their strengths lie.
Yep. This is Lily Langer, freshman.
And she's actually open.
So
Enrolled.
she's a very strong
From
vaulter, very strong vaulter according to her. She's has a personal best of 8.1.
That's nice. It's hard not to yell
I
at
know.
them going down the vault
Yes.
runway too.
And you'll see that there's like a tape measure along the vault runner. And I had a friend ask me at the last meet, like, what does that mean? Because different gymnasts will start at different levels. You'll see them looking down. They might be marking the tape or where they know where they're going to start for the different vaults. See how Lily's kind of looking down. She's finding her spot.
Do they have their steps timed off?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And as they grow, it changes a little bit, but
It's like a long jumper.
Right.
Yeah.
And it depends on how intensely they run. I know some gymnasts have a kind of a steady pace. Some are like jets.
Well, they.
There she goes.
ooh,
There we go.
half full.
Nice. Good job, Lil. So now you'll see the judges flash 2 scores. Looks like
Is
they're
that from
tallying.
the last
That's from the
one?
previous.
Okay.
Yes.
I was gonna say they tally that one pretty quick.
Yeah.
Right.
Usually takes them a little bit.
Right.
So then the coach will call what vault is going to be done so that the judges kind of know where the start value is.
Okay.
You know, a half full, what Lily just did was worth a 9.2.
This
This
is
is
Claire. Oh, go ahead. This is Claire Stewart. She's a 10th grader. Oh, she's waiting for her signal.
Claire Stewart has a personal best on the vault of 7.9, averaging 7.6 on the season.
Claire's older sister, Kat, was also a River Falls High School gymnast. I believe she's graduated 2 years now.
I think so.
I believe.
I would like if someone like a nickname. I would like to have a name of Kat.
I know. Yeah.
That's a sweet name.
All right, let's go, Claire.
There. Looks like they're all doing upgraded vaults. The half-half is normally what they compete, but a lot of them are throwing that half full.
Meaning a full rotation.
Sorry.
In their twist. Yes.
You got a coach sitting here.
Yeah.
I got slang coming out of my ears, so.
You know, a lot of things go quickly in gymnastics. How long does it typically take a gymnast to get to practice? About a split second.
Boom. I mean, you're on fire tonight.
This is amazing.
You know what? They're just.
She had a
coming to me.
7.8.
And
we don't know.
We're still flipping.
We don't know yet.
Is that a 7?
There we go.
Is that a 7-9?
7-9. So 7.85.
And
I would gauge that second vault a little higher. Let's see. Let's see how she shakes out.
We're going to see how much I know
Right.
because I thought that one was going to be a little lower, but we'll see.
We do need Jeff Mickle up here, who prides himself on trying to guess the score before the score is flashed.
Ooh,
Can I try that?
He is.
You can.
I was just going to, before you even brought that up, I was going to say,
Yeah. Look at that, Greg Peters. Well.
Good night. This
yes,
is Lexi.
see? All right. This is Lexi Epstein.
Almost.
Yep, one little step on the landing.
Almost.
She was a little bit tighter off the board. Her legs were nice and tight together, ankles.
And Lexi Epstein is strong on the vaults as well. Her personal record is 8.25 KDO.
That's fantastic. Now, prior to one of our next gymnasts coming, we should talk a little bit about the souk, Debbie Tradewell.
Ooh.
And explain what that is and why it's so darn cool. But that's coming up.
The souk?
Back to Lexi.
The souk.
with a K.
Oh, got ya.
Wasn't Eva going to?
Correct.
Sometimes it's hard to tell. You know, that was a little better vault, but she took a couple steps on the landing, so.
Is the souk, is it short for like a Phil Collins song, like souk
Close.
studio?
It's a Sukahara.
Got ya.
Right.
Yeah, named after the person I think that first performed it.
Right. So Autumn will be, who is after Eva, will be doing a souk, which is.
So they're gonna do that a half twist on to the vaults, and then they block or pop up into the air and do basically like a back flip
Kind of like a
off.
flying lotus.
All right.
Yeah, similar.
Here comes Eva.
Eva
vault
Mikla,
one.
Jr.
Nice tight legs. Oop, I'm gonna
couple
take 2 steps.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Eva Mikla has a lot of power coming
Yep.
off the springboard.
And you see the distance that she's getting. She's working souks also. They take a while to get, and if you land short on them, they can really crank on your ankles. So you really want to make sure that the girls are solid on them before you throw them into competition.
And
Wait a minute. Eva Mikla has personal record of 8.825.
Oh, yeah, it's a
That's
beautiful
insane.
thing.
There we go.
Out of a 9-2.
She goes.
Boom.
Better.
Much
Much better. Yep. But see, even the fact that she didn't land directly behind the vault, she's a little off-centered.
She went a
they
little
look
11 o'clock.
They look at that too.
So what do you think? What are you saying about it? Maybe 8.7? 8.6?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I would have gone 8.6.
Yeah, let's see. Shelly didn't flip her score, did she?
Not yet.
Not yet.
So here comes the
Autumn.
soup. Is she going to do the pike soup?
Yes, pike.
Oh,
Look at
man.
that.
It's just cool.
Wait,
right?
who is
So
that? Who is
that's
this?
Autumn Teedy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay.
What you will notice about Autumn all night long is that girl has springs built in her feet and has
Holy
since
mackerel.
she was 8 years old. That girl can spring. Everything is high for her.
So normally you would start with like a tuck where your knees are kind of pulled in.
Now, this is the party that
rotation.
that Maddie and them, is that her? Never. I'll ask you later. Is that the same one or not?
I'm like,
Is that
wait,
Gretchen
about
and Martin
party?
Autumn is not hosting parties. I
no,
don't
no,
know
no,
what
no,
Greg
no,
is
no,
talking
no,
about.
no, no. The moms and the daughters went to a party.
Oh.
That's a different one.
Here she goes.
Oh
That a
my
girl.
gosh!
Yeah, just one step on the landing. That's gonna be out of a 9.6. I want to say 9.8.
Her Autumn Tidi's personal record is a 9.45 on the vault.
Did we see the first score? Or did we miss it?
It was 8.8, 8.7, or is that Eva's? No, that was Eva's. Oh, here we got a
9.2,
9.2,
9.1.
Okay.
So 9.15 on that last vault.
Nice.
Was that move? Is it after a guy named John Sukahara, or not?
John? I don't know. It could be John. I don't
Okay.
know what his first name is. I think he's from. It's probably not John because I think it
Okay.
was somebody from like.
From the Far East?
But what did the vampire coach say to the gymnast?
I don't know.
I want to soak your blood.
Oh.
See what we did there?
Good
See what I
timing.
We
did
just
there?
saw.
timing.
We
Yep.
just saw a suit.
It's a soup.
Timing is
Hey,
everything.
come on. It's hard to get a souk worked into
Yeah, that
a
was
clean
impressive.
joke.
So I've lived in River Falls for 7 years. I've yet to find somebody with a similar sense of humor to mine. I finally
just found her.
Toast to you, Kevin.
Toast, Katie.
Yep.
Nice.
You've avoided
night
it this
long.
long.
I got
I'm your number one fan over here.
right?
I might
Just
not
gonna
show
keep
it here, but
working
I'm,
them in.
I'm dying inside.
The night is
I'm
young.
dying
The night
here.
is young.
Hey, Kevin, I've sat next to KDO at many of athletic event.
Oh boy.
And this is without a doubt the quietest that I've ever
I-
seen her during an athletic with her, especially with her child.
with my children, it is.
You guys have the people out there, our loyal listeners, have no earthly idea the amount of self-control that KDO has
Wow.
tonight.
You know, I have, yes, and it depends on the sport because gymnastics, and Eva is also involved in diving. It is very hard to, because you have to be quiet.
Diving,
Yes.
you can't cheer.
You can't
Right.
cheer, and when you do, you get about 2 seconds to be like, when their head comes above water, and
Yeah.
then you have to be quiet again.
Oh yeah,
But let me tell you, basketball, soccer,
that's a
people,
different deal.
it is.
Game on.
Oh, it is on.
Game on.
Yep.
You got to bring the honey and the warm salt water to gargle
There
to,
are.
to keep the throat relaxed.
Yes, we are good and ramped up for this soccer season. I tell you, thank goodness it's outdoors because
So right now, we have River Falls is taking a break. We have Menomonie here on the vault and Superior over there on the bars.
Yes.
Okay.
that is correct.
I wonder if in between the next, maybe if we get Dennis up here. I did talk to him.
Yes, I was trying
I
to.
did. I can, unless he's working right now.
He may. We were going to.
I don't want to take him away from
No,
his duties.
I will. I'm going to go chase down the Dennis.
Okay, we found actually the first name. It's
Mitsu.
it's not John Sukahara. It's
Oh,
it's Mitsu Sukahara.
See?
Oh.
Mitsu.
I was thinking it was not
Mitsu.
John.
It's so close. John Mitsu. So
Well,
close.
one of my
Maybe it was his nickname.
close confidant of mine, Mr. Rob Derry, said he
Oh.
thought it was John Sukahara,
No.
which I could have been right. He's usually right, but we'll let it slide one time. You can't be. Nobody's perfect, Deb.
Right.
Hey, you know what else we should do right now? We have a little break in the action. We should thank our overall sponsor for our YouTube channel, First National Bank of River Falls in downtown River Falls in Prescott and on the campus of the University of Wisconsin, River Falls. We want to thank Jeff Johnson, et al., down there at First National Bank of River Falls. All our major sponsor for everything Wildcat Sports on the YouTube. Thank you, First National Bank.
Now here's a. I don't know if this trivia question is ungoogleable, Deb. But we're gonna push the Wayback Machine button to 1991-92,
All right.
and this is a trivia question, and we're gonna do it again for a Wendy Cipher. It's a free haircut and style from Lori's Salon and Day Spa, courtesy of Wendy Cipher.
So I want to remind you, if you want to win this, you can go on the live chat and comment there, or up a little ways on the live chat. You'll see a phone number. That's Greg Peters' cell number. You can also chime in there to try to win the Lori's Day Spa and
please text me.
Salon gift card.
Here is your trivia question. Name the leading scorer MVP for the 1991-92 River Falls Gymnastics team.
Repeat the question, Greg.
Name she won best tumbler. She was MVP and leading scorer for the 1991-92 River Falls Gymnastics team. So we're pushed the way back machine button all the way to 91-92. And if someone can get that, and if we don't get a correct answer, we'll let you know, and we'll move on to the next question.
Not best dancer.
91-92. That was right behind Mike Cayley. Graduated in 19 and 91. So this girl would have been a junior. She could have been a. I guess she doesn't have to be a senior to win it. But
Nope.
Well, the questions didn't get any easier, Greg.
No, that was pretty tough.
Right.
No. If we would have had a pre-production party, that one might have filtered out before we came here tonight. But
I know there was a girl that I went to college with at St. Cloud State University that was a gymnast in high school, and she knew her. So I went to college with, and there was a girl named Cody Ginsburg, now Johnson.
Oh, I knew.
And then Kate and Cody knows this girl.
So it's that era.
Yep. When were you? Were you coaching?
Holly.
Well, you can't win anyways, but we can get you a free haircut. But your hair looks nice as it is anyway.
Why, thank you. I do go to Lori's Day Spa.
Oh, good. I went there today.
Yeah.
Wendy gave me a haircut today.
You know what Greg just called that? I'll take the high and tight.
Yeah, that's what I got. I don't even have
got. The high and tight.
I don't even have to tell Wendy. She just cuts it how she cuts it. Are we getting any answers?
No.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Bobby.
You know, Rob's probably right. John was probably Mitsu's brother, a cousin or a brother.
Sukahara.
I think John Sukahara invented the flying lotus.
Could be.
Instead of the Sukahara.
Sukahara.
So here's a little bit of something for you. No one's going to care about this, but I just want to talk gymnastics for a second. So when we lived in Colorado for 23 years, my daughter, she was on Rocky Mountain High School in Fort Collins, Colorado. They won a couple state championships as teams, but we brought our daughter back to Wisconsin when we were living in Colorado, and she went to a gymnastics camp up at Lake Owen.
Lake Owen, yeah.
Yes.
Used to be called Camp Sukahara.
Did it really?
Mm-hmm.
That is, well, see, that was an accidental tie right there.
Wow.
Yeah, and she has pictures. I think Bogan Skyoff, I think she used to
Yes.
be up there with her. And so, yeah, that's when we lived in Colorado, and that was our kids' first venture to Wisconsin was Lake Owen.
And that pulled you right in.
Well, you know, my kids both live here now, believe it or not, after we moved here, so it's kind of fun. Hey, we're over there on the uneven bars, folks.
We are, and that, I think, is Jaden.
Jaden.
Yes. Sometimes when they all have their hair pulled up.
Yep. That was the thing started back by Shelly. The hair being pulled back
So
nice and tight.
I have a question for you. So Jaden's personal record on the uneven bars is 4.05.
Mm-hmm.
Why such a difference? And like why one's a 9.2? What's the best you can get on the uneven bars?
Well, the best would be a 10-0, of course.
Okay.
But it all depends on what skills you have.
But on the vault, the best you can get's a 9.2. Is that?
Just for the vault she was doing.
Oh, gotcha.
Autumn's Souk is worth a 9.8.
Well,
so she did
explain that to Rob Derry's listening. He probably has no. Well, honestly, he knew the Souk.
He knew John Sukahara.
Avery's on the bar. Nice, solid
small
landing.
Yep. So each element has a certain value to it, and there's certain requirements within a routine. So it kind of depends on what the gymnast is able to do, what their what the high score is for them.
What's a pretty solid score for uneven bars in high school?
Bars, if you can see an 8.
I would say an 8 is a pretty solid score. I mean, bars are tough. I mean, if you're throwing giants, which we'll see a couple.
Now tell me what that is.
A giant is, well, go ahead, Debbie. You're the expert.
Basically, handstand, and you go all the way around the bar in a handstand position.
Okay.
Would be the easiest way to explain it.
Right. A big old circle with your whole body.
And who do we have here again now?
This is Katie, the other KDO.
Okay, that's right.
Katie Olson.
And she's new to gymnastics.
She is. Look at that.
When did she?
Nice and clean.
When did she just start? recently, like a year ago?
Well, she's a freshman.
Yep.
And so as far as I know, I don't know.
Or did she move in from out of the area?
All good questions.
I don't know.
So,
I know
mean,
she's
she
new.
obviously.
She did not come
Okay.
through the competitive
club.
team
Right.
at
Okay.
the club.
Okay.
But they absolutely love her attitude in the gym. She has just been
Absolutely.
a great addition to the team.
And this is Claire. Nice tight legs.
Yep.
Claire Stewart, she's a
Yes.
she's a
There we
sophomore.
go. Nice routine, Claire.
So that one you could see just kept moving, swinging, nice and tight. No big knee bends, breaks in the arm or anything like that. So.
Yeah.
Do we have team scores yet?
Ooh, we
Oh.
probably have to.
Maybe go on reconnaissance
what?
and let's get that so we can get it up for the viewers at
That
home
would
if we can
be-
get that.
Do you think we could just text Cindy?
You give that a whirl, otherwise I'm more than happy to run down there.
I wonder if Jeff Mikla knows.
He does keep score. He is
I know,
a
no, I'm not. Yeah, I wasn't kidding. I know he does.
All right, here's Lily. Lily Langer on bars.
God, I just think they're going to drill their heels on that lower bar every time.
Come on, kick it around.
She have her phone out.
There
There you go.
Nice
Nice, Lily.
routine. Do you want me to run down there? Looks like
She's busy talking.
She's chatting. I'll just go. I'll be right back.
We're going to send. Katie was in the booth. Now she's going to go down to sideline reporter.
Yep.
Sideline reporter.
She's on the move.
Who is this on the bars now?
So now they're doing a quick touch. So JV usually goes first, and then varsity will get a quick touch on the equipment. Before
okay.
they go.
Okay.
So that's Eva.
Gotcha.
I think she's working through some shin splints.
That's what I was going to ask Katie that. That's usually if they. Those are painful.
Yes. Yep. And there's a lot of running and jumping, pounding.
Probably the worst event for if you have shin splints, probably the beam, huh? Or not? Or when you
they all hurt.
land on the
Yeah.
bars too.
Yeah, tumbling on floor can be pretty painful as
Yeah.
well.
Greg, we have two answers to your question.
Ooh.
Sarah Cudd or Sarah Clark?
Sarah Cudd is incorrect, and so is Sarah Clark is also incorrect.
Incorrect. Two guesses.
Yep.
Wow.
Thank you, Jana.
The initials are KO. I'll tell you
Ooh,
that.
a hint.
KO. 91-92.
I know.
She was awarded the best tumbler, MVP, and leading scorer for the 91-92 Wildcat Gymnastics
Jana's
team.
working hard.
That correct answer will win a free haircut and style from Wendy Cipher at Lori's Salon and Day Spa. And I will definitely tell you this, with that, you get a head massage, like and when she's rubbing the shampoo in there, it's worth the price of admission.
Yeah.
I honestly, this is a true story. I had a headache when I went in there, and I didn't after I left. How do you know? So I know right now they're warming up, Deb, but how do you know when they actually start? Or
They're starting.
Oh,
She
they are.
just,
Okay.
She just.
So who do we have here now? That's
Madison Tate.
Okay, Madison Tate on the uneven bars. Tate.
Tape.
Yep, she's a junior. I don't think he can stick a landing it too much better than that,
No,
can
that
you?
was very nice. Oh, and he can put those in.
They are waiting for the second rotation scores to come in,
Oh.
and then Cindy will notify you.
Okay.
So
They will notify us on the floor, Kevin, when they have them.
Nice and fast. Eva's doing a drop kick.
sure. Yes. This is where I say, yep, she does that thing where she goes from one bar to the next.
Okay.
So Eva's coming in. She's coming in the back door here.
Yep.
She is. She also has an obscene amount of athletic tape on her shins. She's been dealing with shin splints for the last 2 weeks.
That's
Deb
what
and I
was
were
gonna say.
were just talking about
Yep.
that when you went and did your sideline reporting duties.
Yes.
Yep. So
I've had shin splints before, and they are not
Oh,
fun.
they are just not going away.
and they usually don't until you take some time off,
Yeah.
which she can
That's
get that
not
in
happening.
March.
Right.
Yeah.
So A release move is a requirement on bars, and that's when you go from one bar to the other without, there's got to be a point where nothing's touching anything.
Okay.
So right here, you're going to see her drop
Oh,
down to
yeah.
the low bar. So that's a 2/10 requirement. Not a lot of gymnasts have those at this point. I can see you swinging for her, Katie. That's good.
You don't breathe, and you
Don't
just
breathe.
keep it together.
Lay out flat.
Don't touch.
There you
Eva
go.
There we go.
Mikla
All right.
Nice job.
nails the landing.
That was good.
As a mother, I will say this is her least favorite
Has never
apparatus.
liked it.
Is it really?
She has never. Bars in her are
Boy, I tell you
like
what. I
oil
mean,
and water.
I would not from what I saw right there. She looked like she lives on them.
Right.
And this is
She looks like Jane.
Oh,
This
good.
is Maddie
Simpson.
Simpson.
Yes, yes.
there you go.
Yep. There's
You
the.
hear the crowd?
I heard a Scott Simpson. I'm waiting for the Go Cats.
Oh, I thought she was not participating tonight.
She could not participate last week
But she
or
can.
at the weekend invite
Oh,
in Rice
okay.
Lake, but
Okay.
she is back.
She's back with a
great.
vengeance.
And Maddie typically does a giant as part of her bar routine, so
Okay.
we will.
Yeah, you'll get your first look at one.
Right. And gymnasts, when they dress up for Halloween, what do they dress up as? Giants.
Oh.
Okay, that one was weak, but that's all I had.
You got a whole basket of
I
them.
thought you
over
were going to
there.
say like a leopard or something like that.
I even compartmentalized them by the
This is,
event.
Oh,
So
my
that was my
goodness.
bars joke. See what I did there?
This is like the loaves and fishes thing. They just keep coming. Starts with 2 and it's just bottomless.
Maddie Simpson has a personal record of an 8.1 on the uneven bars.
Are those just this year's stats, I would assume?
Yes, they've got to be
Yes,
because
it is this season. This
yes.
season.
Okay.
A little bouncy, a couple steps.
And Maddie Simpson is a sophomore, as they say in the business.
Sophomore. Here we go.
Oh, all right, 7-6 and a 7-3.
7-4-5.
All right.
We're all holding our breath
Come on, Mads,
because
yes.
ooh, that's coming in fast. Oh no, she's just doing uprises. She has some of the cleanest. So,
That was very
yeah,
clean.
it's very clean.
No,
She has some of the nicest uprises.
Yep.
They're looking for the hips to actually get above that bar on the
Yep.
backside. She's like one of maybe 2 people I've seen do them correctly. Otherwise, the judges are taking tenths, like 3 tenths, for them not getting up quite high enough. So Maddie does a really nice job at that.
And it's interesting too with the gymnasts. I mean, I can speak for Maddie on this one that she loves bars. I remember seeing Maddie at Glen Park horsing around on the jungle gym, and she
Yeah.
was always choosing bars. She was always spinning and swinging and
Over the pool.
and so not over the pool. But so again, each gymnast kind of has their favorite event or their favorite.
It's going to be some tough competition at Glen Park this summer because now they have all the splash pad and the
gonna
new
be awesome.
facility. So I mean those bars are going to be they're going to be wide open for a lot of kids.
Right.
Maddie Simpson can probably walk up and mess around on those bars anytime she wants. The kids are going to be on the splash pad.
Hey, Debbie, it's your lucky night. Jenna Fireisen says she wants to donate her gift card to you. So, so there you go. So $10 to the Nutty Squirrel. See? That's not very nice, Jenna.
That's very nice. We've got
Yeah.
Lexi
There we go.
Epstein coming
Thank
up on
you.
bars. Maddie Simpson with an 8-0 and a 7-7.
I'm sorry. Who
Caught her heel. There we go.
who do we have on bars? now?
This is Lexi.
Lexi. Okay. Lexi Epstein is a sophomore.
Oh, come on, Lex.
That was a fast flyaway.
We have our 2 color commentators, Katie
Sorry.
Mikla and Deb Tradewell, are both living the bar routine.
If
Yeah,
you watch
sorry.
us, we lean
You're allowed
and then
to.
we don't breathe. You kind of dip in and you sit back and
And the man on the mat over there is Jordan Meyer, assistant coach for the Wildcats. He's been around with the program quite some time.
Yes, he has.
He has.
Oh, Jana says, I think I want a haircut, too. So she's.
Oh, my goodness.
That's right.
Go to dinner and, yeah.
Yeah, dinner and a haircut.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know.
She could have passed it on to Randy.
These
Yeah.
are the JV scores.
So I think I have room for varsity.
Okay, we'll wait on those.
We can say them. You can say them.
Say 'em.
Go ahead
So
and say them.
looks like River Falls JV has a 31-3. Menomonie is at 18, and Superior is at 8.2. This is because
must
they
be
don't have
one
full
round, right.
teams
Right.
on those JV. So
If they would have more, if they'd have two, like Superior, I think just had 3 girls on the vault,
yeah, well,
right?
yeah, or
So
2.
if they would have had 5,
Yep,
you know.
and then you have 4 scores to pull. So
right?
bars doesn't look like they had anyone.
I mean,
compete
that's
on
kind of like
bars.
Coach Normandale playing with my team's on the floor.
Yeah.
I'm playing with 4 against
Right.
The 5. Yeah.
Is this odd?
I'll take you
Yes.
you out for a nightcap, Deb. If you can tell me what movie Coach Normandale was in. If you knew that, then you deserve it.
Is it Hoosiers?
Oh my
that was
goodness!
that was my
yes.
guess too.
You got it.
Right.
You got
right
it.
on.
I've watched those. I've watched every sport movie there is.
Jimmy,
Good deal.
Jimmy Chitwood.
My team's on the floor.
Right.
Yep.
Autumn is going to be up next on bars. You'll hear a lot of people yelling "Go Aut" or "Go
Tom.
Autumn Teedy, she's a junior. She is the leading point totaler for the Wildcats so far on the season. Daughter of Gretchen and Martin.
So here's going to
Now
be
here
that
comes a
cast hand
giant.
to a
Oh.
giant. And then she's going to do another giant to a layout fly.
And
Fly away.
yes.
This is a nice routine.
Gorgeous.
Yep.
Gorgeous. Her dad, Martin, is very active in the American Legion here in River Falls.
Sure is.
Donates a lot of his time. Sincerely appreciated.
And those guys also did a lot of time in the club as well.
Absolutely.
Volunteering.
Yes. He is, I believe, one of the leads of concessions for many of our invites.
That's outstanding.
Yep.
Yes.
That man knows how to buy nacho cheese.
Yep. Nacho
And
cheese.
nacho
You know what?
cheese.
I'm glad he's.
I'm hungry.
He's better. I'm glad he's good at volunteering and helping out the community because his Cards Against Humanity skills are below
Lacking.
average.
Right.
Lacking.
Yeah.
Lacking.
Right.
So who's on the beam here? This is Superior.
Superior.
We'll get it. We'll get a quick
And
look at
Kevin
that.
and I would love to. Is this the first? Is this their first beam or is this? And I can tell you who
don't
it is,
know.
but I.
So, Greg, I've called a lot of sports. This is first sporting event I've ever called where they don't have numbers on
Right.
their back. Can you imagine calling a football game with no numbers on the
Well,
back? It'd be tough.
They give you a sheet of what the order. So, but if you're looking at other
Right.
events, it's tough to
It's
tough
tough.
to tell. But that, Kevin, is why you hire Deb Tradewell and
Hey,
Katie Mickler for the big bucks.
It's
Yep.
it's broadcast verite. It's
Yeah.
really pretty
Right.
good tonight. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yep.
and that's the woman drinking the.
Bridget?
That's the head coach. Bridget, yeah.
Well, you better
that-
finish that sentence.
No, that's
you
what I was
just
gonna,
said the
I was gonna
woman
say.
drinking.
That's the head coach, drinking the Body Armor
Thank you.
Right.
strawberry banana beverage.
Jordan
Yes.
also works for Coke, which is why everybody has
Yes.
body armor around
Ah,
here.
I'm gonna have to talk.
We have
to
another.
that.
We
Yes.
have another guess.
Does
on
he
the
work
beam.
for-
Kristen?
Ogilvy.
That is correct.
Well,
That is correct.
Jana is cleaning.
Oh, nice job,
She-
Jana.
absolutely
Thank you for watching.
mopping the-
yes, we appreciate
Jana
the
is
dedication.
mopping the floor with all of our
Yes.
listeners tonight. Just
Wow.
I was
mopping the
trying to.
floor.
I remembered the Ogilvy part.
It is it's Christy Ogilvy.
Yep. I remember
Yep.
her doing the.
The coaches
Adele
that
Disco.
year were Heidi Jewell,
Yep.
Leanne
Stanky.
Yep, and Wendy Pfeiffer.
Yep. Heidi. Heidi
or
actually.
is it Pfeiffer?
Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer.
Yep.
Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer.
Yep.
Whatever.
They were all college gymnasts.
Mm-hmm.
Heidi was actually a good friend of mine. Ended up coaching UW Eau Claire for a little while,
Okay.
for a couple years, and it lives in Eau Claire now. But
Varsity scores in yet?
They are still, well, for the bars, they're still scoring Autumn's
Okay.
final bar, so we're waiting on that score.
I will just hold tight.
hold tight. I just got JV. That's
right. Right. What's unique about
Kevin is salivating at the mouth.
I know,
ready to-
Because I know
ready to put
I
those
can't
scores
believe
up.
we haven't got text messages or comments. Where's the scores? Because
Right.
we're stuck on 0. So everybody just chillax. And they're coming. They're coming.
And so for each event, you receive your team score for that event. So you may have, we had Menomonie on bars, so you get their bars score, and you had Superior on vault to start. So you get 2 separate team scores, but they're on 2 separate events.
Right.
And so when you're
You have
at
to wait until everybody's done.
yeah.
And Kevin gets on it like what is it, like a pack of dog? Like what is it? You're going to be all over that.
So
He's going to
now
be
he's
on.
picking up
He's
the
gonna be
mic.
on
I
that.
just save it for once an event. So sometime tonight I'll use it. So you just keep that in your back pocket for right now, and
All
I'll
right.
just come at you with it. So I got
It's a priming because you're on the scores like a.
pack of dogs on a 3-legged cat.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
Riverties are walking by. Both prior board members on the River Falls
Yes.
Gymnastics Club.
Proud parents of Allison, the
Yep.
senior.
And Maddie was on the team.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
8-2
Autumn
and
8-2 and 8.
I
Flip
did-
it back around. I thought
Come
it was a
on.
4. Keep coming.
4.
There's the
So an
4.
8-3.
Excellent. I'm going to try and grab Mr. Grizzard
Sure.
for a moment. River Falls is on a bye.
Katie Mikla is also serving as our sideline reporter. She is going to get manager Dennis Grizzard up here for a little interview. Rob Derry piping in on the live chat, asking for the score. Rob, we're working on it.
Oh, wow.
As soon as they become available, you will know, because Kevin Westhouse, the Godfather, is on it like a
Pack of dogs on a 3-legged cat.
That is correct.
Katie Mikula, we put her out on reconnaissance to get the scores.
I found your extra piece of paper.
What? Oh, that's what it is.
That
okay.
was total
I
improvisation.
I had
right
extra
there.
paper. They, we have. I'll do another if we have
Trivia?
time. Yeah, we'll have time for one more trivia here.
Oh, yeah.
So where are the Wildcats going next? Are they going to the beam next?
They will go beam. So a home team will compete in the Olympic order, which is vault, bars, beam, floor.
He's coming
So
up.
All right.
We're going to have Mr. Dennis Grizzard work his way up here.
Sure.
looking for a good one?
Yep.
I've got a good one.
Oh, no.
I bet.
Hurry up, Greg. Hurry.
A gymnast walks into a bar, which we know is inappropriate.
Uh-huh.
And
Well, that can be 22-year-olds.
College.
right,
Sure.
yeah, and
Katie, that could be you. I
Gymnastic.
mean, and Debbie, you guys could walk
could
in.
be. I mean,
Katie,
hypothetically.
Katie and Debbie walk into a bar.
Got it.
Right. Oh, sorry. Let me start again, because now.
So I'm going to tell you right now. The joke potential out here is a 9, and
Right.
so far
It
your
just-
delivery is like a 2.
And no, it just dropped.
Oh.
It tanked. All right. So a gymnast walks into a bar. She got a 2-point deduction, and it ruined her chance at a medal. Walked into the bar. Walked into the bar.
Ba-dum-bum.
Okay, that one
On-
failed.
when you have to
that-
explain, when
and
you have
on
to
that
explain
note,
it.
I'm going to turn this over to.
On that note,
Yeah.
you want to put the camera on Dennis over here? On that note,
Yeah, welcome to the hot seat, buddy.
Oh, thank you.
ladies and gentlemen, loyal listeners from the Legion, we have Dennis Grizzard. Dennis, you're a sophomore, is that correct?
Junior.
Junior, I'm
Oh.
sorry. I'm sorry. You are a junior. You're the manager for not only the gymnastics team, but you're involved at football games. I see
Yeah.
you all over the place. Tell me what your favorite part is of working with the gymnastic team.
It's really fun to just be there and supporting all my friends and being a part of their activity and everyday sport.
And I'm going to tell you this. I got to know you, or know who you are anyway, from football game. I'm watching the football game. We score a touchdown. You're running. You're coming up in the stands and giving us candy.
Yeah.
I'm in love with your enthusiasm. And
Thank you.
where do you get that from?
I don't know. It just comes naturally and having fun, feeding off of other people's energy.
And you spread it around like a sprinkler, just all over. And we're the green grass that's just coming up through the stands. What do you like to get? Let me ask you this question. So when we have like the Cats Den at basketball games or at volleyball games, I mean, are you part of a group that gets the students there? Are you kind of the PR of the
Not
students?
really, but I enjoy going to all those things and cheering them on.
Okay. What's your favorite part about being a River Falls High School student?
Probably the people I get to interact with every day, not only the students, but the staff too.
What has been your best moment being involved in the athletics? Like, what has been your favorite moment to date? Because you've had 2.5 years in high school, and you're coming up on your final year. Has it gone quick, but what's your favorite moment to date?
Probably last year's football season when we kept on going in each game and getting to cheer them on.
Okay.
That was really fun.
Good deal. Any particular play, or whether it be gymnastics, like where you get just gotten extra excited and that really sticks out in your mind?
It hasn't been performed yet, but seeing some of the gymnasts get new skills at practice, like especially Autumn getting double backflips.
Yeah,
that's been exciting to see.
What did you see her bar routine over there?
Yeah,
that was. What's your comments on that?
Really good, very
good
clean
deal.
and sharp.
Good deal.
So
What do you think is the? Tell me, it's a two-part question. What is the best grade right now? Like what grade has the best fans and why?
Probably the juniors.
Okay.
We like to go and support everything.
Okay. Well, let's see. Well, we'll try to check that out the rest of the year and see how many juniors are in the crowd. Deb, do you have any questions for Dennis? No. Katie, do you?
I don't.
Do you have any questions for Dennis?
Keep bringing it.
Dennis,
Keep bringing it.
we really
Charge
appreciate
him
you
up.
coming
Hey,
up.
Dennis, I just
love
have one
talking to you.
comment.
Uh-oh.
Dennis has some sweet pipes. I mean, you might have a future in radio or television. You got a great voice for a high school kid.
Thank you.
Did you hear that? Did that growl on that, Greg?
Thank you.
Would you ever?
That was good.
It's
That
for
was
sure.
good.
Would you ever like to do some of the YouTube broadcasts with us?
Ooh.
Possibly.
Yeah,
Okay.
There you go.
Do you know what you're going to major in college?
Hopefully marine biology.
So there's
That's my
not a
plan.
whole lot of marine biologists that also moonlight as sports broadcasters, but you could be the first.
Sure.
Yeah. You know what? The best story that I've ever heard from a marine biologist is from a Seinfeld episode, and I don't know if you're too young to have known that
Don't watch
episode or
that.
not. But George Costanza was a marine biologist one day, and he saved a whale.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. He said the sea was angry that day, my friends, like an old man returning soup at a deli. Like an old man returning soup at a deli. Well, Dennis, we really appreciate you coming up.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing you down the road.
Thanks, Dennis.
So there you have it. Dennis Grisar, manager for the River Falls Gymnastics team, says the junior class is the best class.
There you go.
Greg, that last look that Dennis had in his face, that was a look of confusion.
Did you hear the joke?
Don't think he quite got the Seinfeld.
No.
Does anybody remember that Seinfeld episode?
I
Greg,
don't.
the applause and laugh sign were on,
Yeah.
but he wasn't responding.
No.
Well, that's not the first time that's happened to me, Kevin. Not the first time. So then we have Menomonies getting ready for their floor routine,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
and we have the Wildcats are taking a break, and then we have Superior
Superior
on
on
the
the
beam. I'm excited to
Awesome.
watch the beam. That's kind of my.
Is that
That's-
your favorite?
Well,
That's
it's
scary.
Because, yeah.
Have you ever walked across a beam?
Not
Not
in a competition.
Oh, no.
I mean, I've walked across like a tree over a river or something. You know.
Greg fell off a pier once
Yeah.
into a river.
I did. That is a true story.
I know. Hey, a
That
little
is a true
housekeeping
story.
just for our YouTube viewers. Little preview for tomorrow night. Let's remember that the girls' basketball team will be at Eau Claire North, going for 13 straight
That is
tomorrow
correct.
night
Yeah.
out at Eau Claire North. So, and then the Wildcat boys will be in town hosting
Gonna
Prescott.
ask you a hard
Kind of a big game.
And a little fun twist to
You'll
that
just
one.
keep
Is
talking, you just
the
say yes.
mayors
I
have
saw that.
bet on
I
that
saw
game,
that.
and Mayor Dan Toland.
Did you see my comment on one of the pictures?
Yeah, I did about the coverage there.
Yep. Hovell's defense was a little suspect.
So the bet tomorrow
Very
night. So
suspect.
Dave Hovell is the mayor of Prescott, and he bet the mayor of River Falls on the win.
Yes.
And if Prescott should happen to win, Mayor Dan Toland will have to wear a Prescott jersey during the city council meeting.
Yes.
And if River Falls
neither
wins,
do I.
then Dave Hovell will have to wear a Wildcat jersey for the Prescott City Council meeting.
Should be a fun game tomorrow night.
Should
I
be a
assume
fun game.
both of those two will be there.
They'll both be. We might have them up in the broadcast booth.
Have to.
A
have
little
to
bit.
Do it.
So
have to do it.
there we go. Debbie, you got a guest in the house.
We do.
Yeah. Go ahead.
We have a super senior here, Allison Rafferty. She is manager for the team and have been for
2 years.
2 years. Former.
I liked your speech.
Thanks.
Was that impromptu or did you have it planned?
I wrote it in the locker room before.
Good work.
That a
Yeah.
girl.
Good
So
work.
Allison, I just have to get this out of the way. Allison, I work with your dad. He's a great guy. He's an awesome guy. Seriously, I know he started at the city about 6 months ago, and he's just been a pleasure to have there. And I see he's also raised a pretty good daughter. So, guy gets another token for that. Good
Two.
job.
He's got two good daughters.
Two good daughters. There
The
you
apples
go.
don't fall
anyway,
too far from the tree.
back to the interview, Debbie.
Yeah.
Well, Allison, tell us a little bit about how you got involved in gymnastics and then how you got to your current position of managing the team.
Like from when I was little.
Yeah.
Okay, so I started when I was like 4, maybe, and then did it up till middle school, and then I took a break and I swam for a little bit. And
I was going to say, you're one of the taller gymnasts I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I just from looking at you, look like you're about 5'10", but I can't.
I'm 5'3".
Well, you know what?
She sits up nice and tall. It must be.
I guess so.
Or sit next to me, maybe.
I get maybe
Yeah.
that's it.
Could be.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Al.
And then I joined again freshman year, and then
Okay.
I was in it freshman and sophomore year, and then I decided to just take a break and stay with the team and start to manage with them. And
Well, what are your thoughts on the aspect of being involved with a team, whether you're on the bars or on the beam or whether you're helping out in the capacity that you do? Talk about how special it is to just be involved in a team setting.
it's awesome. I love the energy practices. I'm always there and with the coaches, and it's just a really fun atmosphere. And people are like, "Oh, you're on the team," and I'm like, "No, I'm a part of the team."
Well,
but
I was going to say I disagree with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I disagree. I mean, I would say, yeah, absolutely, you're on the team. I would.
Well, and I just got to see Allie in the gym a week ago, and I mean, she's just there. She's cheering on the kids. She's making corrections to them, like she's like another coach standing there, and sometimes adding some laughter to it, because honestly, I mean, these girls will do the same thing 20 times and they'll make it twice. So sometimes you just need somebody to relieve some of that pressure that you're putting on yourself, and Allie brings a great viewpoint to
Would
it.
you say is Dennis's glass half full or half empty?
half full.
Every day.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard a negative word out of that kid's mouth.
Sometimes is full, not just half full.
What does Dennis bring to the table for this team? We're going here, aren't we? Or is this Superior?
This is us.
This is us,
Oh, okay.
JV.
Let's
Yep.
get back.
Should
Go
be
ahead.
Kate?
You can go ahead and commentate, Allie.
This is
This is Katie. She's freshman. She's improved a lot this season.
This is Katie Olson.
Yep, Katie Olson. She brings a lot to the team.
So the beam is 4 inches wide, it's 4 feet off the ground, and it's 16 feet long.
That was a really nice routine.
Yes, it was.
Katie Olson's personal record this season is 6.8. What's your thoughts on that routine right there?
I missed the first part.
Oh, God, yeah, sorry. I didn't even know they were starting it either.
I know. So this is Julia.
Okay.
She's also a freshman.
There's quite a few freshmen on the team this year, Allison.
7.
Yeah. So I suppose, do you have to kind of usher them in and tell them, kind of show them what to do and tell them how to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, squeeze. Sorry.
That's the coach talking.
Sorry.
Now,
So you were giving some advice there. What does that mean, and what would that do to help you stay on the beam?
Squeeze.
Squeeze your butt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
You got to be tight up there. Yeah. I usually from the
when
stands.
you start over, is it you get like one reset or?
Nope. So they time.
They take off for that.
They time the beam. So if you're not on the beam, the time stops. So you just can't be overtime.
Okay. So does that when you fall off the beam, does I mean, does that hurt you point-wise?
Yes, you lose
Okay.
half a point
Okay.
every time you come off that beam.
Okay.
And then you may, we say it's a half a point, but it might also be if it's on a high-level skill, then it could be like up to 7/10 because you don't get the credit for the skill, and then you take the fall. So
Okay.
it could be a 7/10 swing and a score really easy.
Do they count off if you're swaying, but you, like you said,
Oh,
you
yeah.
squeeze and you stay on, but it just doesn't
Yeah.
count off as much?
Right. Yeah, anything, even like the shoulder dip and stuff, they could take a pause.
Which Wildcat is on the beam now?
Avery Arndt, she's also a freshman.
And so right now, this is the JV.
Correct.
Yes.
They're doing JV scores. Okay, so there's only one. That's why there's only one score.
Yep.
being
And they're going
posted.
really
Right.
fast.
Yeah.
I think Allison may have a future in gymnastics broadcasting.
Yeah.
No, I don't like being on camera.
You're not on camera. You just.
Well,
There you go. Ooh,
Squeeze.
squeeze. Bend your knees. I use that one too. Foot down.
Allison, so is your aunt Rita?
yeah,
That's what.
Who's
Okay.
your aunt?
yeah,
Isn't your grandma's name Rita?
yeah.
Wait,
Grandma's
They're-
name is Rita too.
The other
Okay.
one.
I did have that one.
Other side of
Other
it.
side.
The one that's a doctor at the hospital or
Yes.
clinic. Yeah, that's
That's
your
my aunt.
Yeah, got ya.
Yep.
There you go. This is Lily. You want to be done? Okay.
You're welcome.
Ellie wants
Okay.
to go back to the team.
Yeah, you got a job to do. Go do
Okay.
it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
He's a good kid.
Kevin, what does Allison's dad do for the city?
He is a professional engineer.
Okay.
Yep, and work with him on many projects, whether it's water, sewer, streets. No, he's a real good guy. I love his temperament, fun to work with, just a great individual.
Squeeze,
Foot down.
squeeze,
Foot down.
squeeze.
There
Yes.
you go. See?
That does work.
Mm-hmm. There you go. See, that was very nice. You see how solid that is when I land?
That'd be
I
Jason.
like the front toe tap. That
Did you
was-
like that?
Yeah, that was
Nice switch leap.
There you
Nice,
go.
Lil.
stylish.
And perhaps Debbie commented on this, but there's if you do on the beam, if you do 2 skills in a row, you get points for combining different tricks, right? Like if you have a series of jumps or if you have a series of back walkovers, if they're connected. Am I saying this correctly?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yep.
like you'll see some of the gymnasts do like 2 jumps or 2 leaps in a row. It's to meet some jump requirements. But then also if you do certain things, again, in a row or in succession, you get additional points.
Bonus points.
Bonus,
Yep.
right.
Yep. And like a requirement is a tumble series, which is 2, we call them like acro elements, which like a front walkover, cartwheel. Oop, missed the mat there.
Turns around with a smile.
Yep. Good job, Lily.
What would they take off with an errant dismount?
So she took a couple steps. They're gonna take a 10th for each step that she took over.
Okay.
Didn't have a ton of height off of it. They might take a little bit there too. And
And
this
this is Claire Stewart.
That is correct. Look at you.
I
See,
remember.
they don't need numbers,
Right?
I heard somebody yell Claire.
So there she combined a cartwheel to a round
Stay
off.
on there. There we go.
So that actually, this might get a little complicated, but they're supposed to have a tumble series, so it's 2 acro elements, and then one also had flight to it. So she actually fulfilled 2 requirements on beam.
Oh, nice turn.
Yeah, there is no way on the face of this earth I would. I mean, I don't know how.
Yeah,
I,
those are
honestly, I
no-
have no idea how they do it. I have no idea.
I used to, we'd have open gyms like events at the end of the season, and I had the parents jump up once and
so close.
walk across the beam, and they're like, "Why don't you just do this?" or "Why don't
Yeah.
you?" And a couple parents climbed up there and they looked down at the beam. They're like, "Oh my goodness!" And then they like shuffle their feet. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
I was one of those parents.
Were you?
Yeah, I made it about 2 feet, and I was done.
you get a whole new respect for it when you
It-
stand up on top.
It's
A little scary.
It is very scary. Yes. There she goes. Goes. Go.
Ooh, nice round
Nice
off
dismount.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Anyone that knows me
that
needs a
was
selfie.
Claire
Oh.
Stewart
I was going to say you might
Oh.
be. I was going to say you might be onto
sorry.
something. You might be onto something about having the parents come out and try that after.
Oh, yes.
So
Yeah.
here's where you might be onto something. So I'm thinking like football season.
Oh, no.
Parents start complaining. Just have like a dad or mom go run routes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Right. Or baseball. Once you stand in the batter's box and have a guy throw a couple at 92 past you.
Yeah. That
That might calm them down in the stands.
Good.
It might be onto something there.
I know.
while the Wildcats warm up for
Varsity,
yep.
for the varsity vault, I have a trivia question. Oh, here, oh. There's some scores for Kevin.
Oh, there we go.
While Kevin's entering the scores for some of the other events, and the varsity team warms up on the beam, this is a trivia question. This is for a free haircut and style and head massage from Wendy Cipher.
How many of
We're
those do
still-
you have?
But she gave it back. We haven't awarded it yet.
Okay, I'm listening.
So this trivia question from Lori's Salon and Day Spa. What
Sponsored.
year did the River Falls Gymnastics team at that time set a state championship team score record of 141.4167? What year? It was the Division II state championship team state record of 141.4167.
Can I walk over there and look at the wall?
Yep.
You can if you want. You can if you want.
Ooh.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the question.
Oh.
What year? You can text your answer to 715-307-2360 or put it in the comments section on your River Falls Sports YouTube channel.
Shelly might know that one.
About to get on the beam here is Madison Tape.
She's normally a pretty solid
She
competitor
is
for us.
Very smooth. I really enjoy watching Madison on the beam.
Oop, foot down.
Yeah. Did you hear about the gymnast's bank account? Her balance was outstanding.
Oh,
That's a good one.
Now back to Madison.
mm-hmm.
Very
That's
solid.
very nice.
Scores are in. River Falls in the lead with 65.85, followed by Superior 58.85, and then followed by Menomonie 58.65.
Oh, that's cool.
Very smooth.
Oops, wrong one.
I'll take my phone.
There you go.
Oh, Madison.
So that is after 2 events.
Yep. Vault and bars.
2 events. Scroll back.
I'm answering some of the people that are texting wrong answers.
Do we have a right one yet?
No, we do not.
Do you know any of the team members on it?
I do.
Very nice dismount.
Allison Scharf Billig,
Yep.
Natalie Langlois, Jessica
Blancha.
Lorenzen, Suzanne Kolpin,
Colpin.
Catherine Penton.
Fab 5.
Yeah.
Lauren Brothel.
Brian Whipple.
Oh, Will.
For-
That's cheating. He
no,
was
no,
the coach.
No, he missed it actually. Brian Whipple said 2009. That is incorrect.
Oh, Brian.
Maddie Rafferty is the correct answer.
Maddie.
Yay, Maddie.
And it was 2002, 2003. Correct answer from Maddie Rafferty.
Nice job, Maddie.
Yes.
Swing by and you can either text me your address to 715-307-2360. I am. It is not a ploy to take to creep on you or whatever, but you can also, if you want to do it within the safety of a public scene, you can swing by the Greg Peters State Farm office at 124 North Main Street, and I will give you your certificate.
That cell number that Greg repeated is up in the comments section. So if you go up into the comments section, it's in there.
Good job, Maddie Rafferty. Brian Whipple, former assistant, longtime assistant coach.
Long-time coach.
He was the coach when I moved here in 2005.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
He ran quite a while with Shelly.
What's he doing nowadays? I haven't, and I
He's
saw.
working.
And I saw him in a
website?
parking lot, and I hadn't seen him in a long time. I used to see him all the time at the Park and Rec office and stuff. And
Yep. I think.
who do we have next here on beam?
Sophia Jensen.
Okay.
Yep, I recruited Whipple a couple times when I ended up in a jam for a for team coach. He still comes in. He's got a kid in the program.
Okay. Yeah, I got to meet, and I got to know him a little bit better. His wife and a girl that used to work with me years ago were good friends. And
Okay.
so, yeah, that's how I kind of got the good family, very nice family.
Yes.
Kind of looks a little bit like Eddie Vedder.
I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know Brian?
I
He's
know
got
of Brian.
he's got a Vedder, like
He
a Vedder
totally
quality
has a
about
Vedder
him.
look. Yeah.
Yeah, all the way. Was that what the feedback was coming from? I think the battery on the microphone is. Yep. I actually have batteries in my coat.
Yeah.
I come prepared.
I bet.
Yep.
While we're waiting on these final scores, a pommel horse walks into a bar. The barman says, "Is this a joke about gymnastics?" The horse beams.
Oh my goodness.
I'm telling you what.
Woo!
She,
Are these Googleable or
no,
I mean,
she
where
made
did you
these
get
up.
these?
She made them up.
It's a good chance.
Good
chance. All right, here we go. Sophie's on the beam. Nice connection there.
The other thing that is solid about the floor event, there's tunes rolling.
yeah.
It kind of
You can feel it in your chest.
you can feel it. You can feel it in your bones.
Oh.
It is very nice having the facilities here at River Falls High School for meets, but also to host invitationals. We get such positive feedback just about the layout, the way that the invite is conducted.
When they have that big of an
space.
invite, does everybody sit around the track
yes.
or?
We have
Do they put those down? Those.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's usually where the gymnasts are.
Correct. So gymnasts
Come on, put
themselves take up the entire student section where the students typically are during like basketball games. The parents are over here, and then yes, the whole track all the way around. Again, because the floor is located where it is this evening, and so there's always teams on the floor and parents and family and friends and supporters up at the track. It's packed, but it's a wonderful venue.
And Katie and Deb, you know it's a big deal if it's a big event. Bob Burrows is here, and he is here tonight. So what does that tell you? It's a big deal tonight.
Oh, look at that.
He's got his hair slicked back tonight.
He does. Looks
looking
sharp tonight.
Yeah,
He's press on the floor.
Looking dapper. Did he show his pass, or do you think he just walks in?
I'm pretty sure he gets a free pass.
They don't. They.
You know.
Yeah.
He just gets to say, "I'm Bob."
So what are some things that Bridget, the head coach, during the meet, what are some things that she tells some of the gymnasts?
Well, a lot of it on top of just doing the skills, you also kind of want to be able to talk yourself through the routine. So if something goes wrong, you can pull yourself back in and stay focused. It's really easy to get a little bit flustered when things don't go exactly right. So there might be something either new in the routine or that the girl's working, or trigger points where she's going to do little reminders to them, stay tight, stay focused. Don't forget to do this with your arms, or stay lifted. Just little key points that.
Yeah. Speaking of coaching, Brian Whipple just commented on the live chat. He said they had. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but it sounded like they had too many records for him to keep track of,
right.
and that's why he forgot
it would be
about
true.
2003.
Yeah. I mean, he was part. I think
And
he was coaching when they had the Fab Five come through. They won 4 straight state.
Oh, that's
titles in a row.
What year was that?
That would have been in.
That
might have been
02 to
Brian,
I have all
got?
the history right here. I have it, so we can look at it. I have it all.
But I know
there
that was that
some.
Catherine. Who was it? Catherine Lauren. Come on.
Well, that
go.
was 4th place at 0405.
Ashley. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, we also have
Natalie would have been the other one.
we
Natalie
also have
Cal.
Principal Kit Ludke tuning in tonight. He says, "Go Cats!" So
Yeah, I definitely, I would.
Principal Lodke.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lexi Epstein is just mounting on the beam. Nice.
Very
connections
nice.
there.
Combination. We missed the score.
Oh, so did I.
This is going to be a backhand spring.
Oh, got that back foot on there. I can't help it.
I try really hard. I just want him to stay on so bad.
Right. A Menomonie gymnast on the floor. The previous score was an 8.75, so some solid floor.
Nice.
Just peeking over there now. There we go.
Is this where she's about to dismount?
Oh,
She's
switch
gonna do a
leap.
leap. Jump series. There we
To-
go.
Ooh. Hell. So that combination, there's bonus in there because it's the switch leap is a difficult move. If you think about it, you're up in the air, you're actually switching your legs, and she lands, and then she does a jump with a 3/4 turn in it and having to hit the shape in the middle. This is new for her as well. It's a full twisting dismount. It's a 2/10 bonus.
So
Yeah, we were talking about Bridget, the head coach, and actually one of the things that some of the research that I was doing, we were talking about Jordan Meyer earlier.
Yep.
And so he was the manager for the team from 2011 to 2014, so his whole high school career, and then he's been an assistant coach since.
Oh, he has that long.
Yeah, so he's been really with the program since 2011.
Yep.
He doesn't look like
I know.
he doesn't look very old.
Well, the girls think he's old, but
yeah, it's all
maturity
relative.
does not
Yep.
depict your age.
Yeah.
That's all
Jordan.
relative.
Jordan's great.
And also wanted to thank Megan Peters, the other assistant coach, Megan Peters, for all the information. She and I were talking quite a bit this week and getting a lot of information. And she's been an assistant coach since 2011, according to
Okay.
her.
Yep, I would believe
Unless
her.
she's lying.
Nope, nope.
Hey, speaking of maturity and acting your age, someone said, "Hey, Kevin, act your age." I said, "Hey, this is the first time I've been this age."
Right?
How do I know?
Don't have any experience. We've got all. I tell you what, there's on.
Cutting it up.
Is it Wednesdays or Thursday? They have comedy down at Johnny's.
Right?
You guys should.
Can we wear the headset? Because
Yeah.
I think it makes a difference.
It does. Absolutely.
Are you going to bring
And
notes?
so right now, are they? So that we're just doing that was JV.
Nope. We
Nope.
are in varsity. So the reason why there's this pause is because both of the judges are doing their scoring. So because this is the varsity event, so they're both doing their scoring, and then they'll do their little checks and balances, and then they'll come up with their final scores. So there is typically a little lag in between because they're going through, like Debbie has explained, all the different. Again, points and then deductions and connections, and did they get the bonus? Did they not get the bonus? So it's heavily numbered.
I can't help but think when I look over across the beam and I see Eva Mikla, she looks like she's wearing like 80s leg warmers,
Leggings.
like 80s
Sweet,
leg
right?
warmers.
Right?
We should do that for her.
I should have her put my boots on because I tell you what, I love these boots because they got a major 80s vibe.
Let me see 'em.
Like
They
a little
do. They're
scrunchy little
cute.
number here.
Well, they do.
Yeah.
Nice little
Wow.
button on 'em.
Right?
Those
I don't know.
Janet,
I feel very
Jackson,
80s.
Janet Jackson had a pair of those.
Yeah, it gives me an extra little spring, although not easy to walk on the bleachers, as I've learned this evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now looking live at the amazing Bob Burrows. Grew up a Mets fan, and just outside of in New Jersey, but grew up a Mets fan, and he's been living in River Falls for probably since the early '90s, covering local sports.
We're gonna go right to Autumn.
Yep.
Greg, look at the length on that lens.
Oh, yeah. This is Autumn Teedy. She is a junior and the top scorer on the team this year.
As I mentioned before, watch the height. When Autumn jumps, and Beam is a good example, her leaps, and she just gets such height off the beam.
Katie, those are called fast twitch muscles.
Right?
They are. That's what
Are
they're called.
There you go. Nice job, Ot.
So nice.
She has good fast twitch muscles.
Flexible too.
Yeah. Yeah, she definitely is smooth. It doesn't take a
You can see.
it doesn't take a rocket science gymnast coach to see that.
Look at that height.
There you go. Nice. This high level back to back for her.
Now, does Autumn TD have the ability to do pretty well at state?
Yes.
Yes.
And
has, yes.
I mean, like, vie for a state title type of talent?
Yeah, so Autumn, the
Oh,
nice
my
dismount.
goodness.
Very nice dismount.
So, yes, Autumn has competed at the state level on all four events because she qualified for all around. So
Okay.
Because Autumn is doing all 4 events, then some gymnasts also get an all-around score. So like we talked about, there's 5 gymnasts on each event. Autumn is one of those 5 all the time. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Yep,
So she
yes.
qualified for state on those, for sure, floor.
I think for vault.
And vault. And bars. And then she also qualified for all around.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So even if she would have got the high score on beam, she couldn't have received the state title because she didn't qualify on beam.
I gotcha. Yep. Yep.
We've actually had 2 gymnasts get the highest score at the state meet on beam and not win the title.
Because they were there for all around.
Because they were there for
Yep.
all around, did not qualify on beam. They took
Yep.
a fall during the sectional meet.
Got ya.
Do you know those 2 gymnasts? Is that there? I can give them to you.
Was one of them Sam Krieger?
Nope.
Because
Allie
go ahead.
Flancha and Riley Clodd.
Yeah, maybe that's on there. Every year's. I mean, it's a pretty detailed report.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Where'd you get that?
I got it from Megan Peters.
Ah, Megan.
Nice work, Megan.
That's
you're
awesome.
You're welcome to peruse through it.
Yeah.
We were talking about the coaching style of Bridget too, who
She's fun.
She is very fun, and I think what is sometimes unique is Bridget's very loud. In fact, we can hear her up here.
That's how I knew. That's how I knew Claire was on beam.
Right, and
right.
But the gymnasts learned that she's doing that for multiple purposes. One, obviously, to be very positive, but 2, to give that background noise. I mean, when you're on the beam, you have. Eva says she sometimes doesn't even hear anything. You know, you're so hyper-focused. You're so in the zone. You need to be so just tuned into what you're physically doing. But that Bridget provides that distraction. She wants that, like, that noise coming at them so that they're not doing a beam routine in pure silence. Because as you can hear, gymnastics meets, there's lots of disruptions and there's a lot of commotion going on that they need to continue to be in that good headspace.
Right, and especially like if a team is another team is starting their floor routine,
Correct.
it's 10 yards away.
Correct.
And then you can hear the music on the.
Correct. And Bridget's just loud and
Now,
motivating.
Eva Mikla's caking on the chalk over there.
It's when they get a
She
little
gets
sweaty.
hands.
Yeah.
Little
Why
nervous.
does she need it on her hand?
this-
I suppose is
Your
she gonna?
hands sweat and your feet sweat.
No, I
so-
know, but I mean, is she gonna?
Yeah,
she'll
she-
put her hands
I
on
remember
it.
Eva when I interviewed Eva for a column that I wrote on Sam Krieger.
Yes.
Either 1 year ago or 2 years ago.
And
I
she
can't-
mentioned the
years-
chalk, right?
Oh, she
Yes.
was all over the chalk with Sam Krieger. She said
Yep.
Sam Krieger's
Lips.
feet and hands,
Were
they
sweaty.
sweat like crazy all the time.
Yep. And so now she's doing a little mental
Yes. Visualization.
of her routine. And
She's
the-
kind of she's sort of pulling out her inner Janet Jackson,
Yeah.
like her mom tonight.
Nice.
Again,
She's
once
got the
again,
arms,
once
yeah.
again, the apple doesn't fall too far from the
There
tree
you go.
You
in
know,
the
she
Mikla household.
She gets all of her gymnastic skills from me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one can tell.
Right.
hence the walking 2 feet on the
right.
beam,
Why I
right?
can't even walk down the bleachers.
Yep.
They are steep tonight.
Thank you, Greg.
They were
Validating.
steep.
I think that's normal. But
Awful. I'm not kidding around, but I was coming here, so I was getting my hair cut at. Did I tell you that?
At Lori's.
At
Yeah.
Lori's.
I'm
Yeah.
no, but I'm just
By
saying,
Wendy.
I'm leaving Lori's Salon and Day Spa. I'm going to my car, and there's a blood curdling, like I'm not kidding, like that. And there was a lady that broke her leg in Center Askey's parking lot where my car was parked, and it was like
oh no.
it was. I mean,
she
and-
slipped and fell?
Oh, it was yeah.
Oh,
she
that's
was
terrible.
writhing in pain, and then the EMS got there after I called 911, and I was asking her, like, I didn't want to call the 911 if she didn't have
Oh my gosh.
health
Right.
insurance. I mean, I didn't want to, and she was sitting there
And you said I'm Greg
screaming
from
and
State Farms. Are you insured?
Yeah.
Are you insured?
no, and,
I can hook you up.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
take some
Ho-
pictures
hopefully
of the.
she's okay. Good
Yeah.
gracious, that was.
That was a long little pause for this here score.
Yep. Well,
Dr. Brian Sinaraski came out and
All right.
got some. There we go.
Let's
Eva
see,
Mikla, junior Eva Mikla on the beam.
Nice connection.
that is an awesome connection on that mount. Again, she has a real good flow and presence on the beam.
She does.
And this will be your tumble series.
Oh, stay on there. Oh.
Good work,
This is where, as a
Yep.
mother, you don't breathe.
Good
tuck
work.
full. That's
Tuck
in
full,
a.
all
What's
the way
that
around.
called?
It's a tuck full.
Okay.
It's in a advanced high, so she gets an extra 2/10 bonus for that. And then this connection.
Stay on there.
Then.
Yeah, the girl.
Yeah. So she just says she's gonna do
That's called a wolf.
That's
That's
a split jump.
split jump.
It's a low level back to back, and then she's gonna do a back handspring to a newer dismount.
It's been perfect up to this
Yeah.
point, hasn't it?
So send good thoughts. Katie's still there. It is.
That was outstanding.
That was a beautiful routine.
Mothers can
Beautiful.
cheer and fist pump and rock the house after that dismount. That was
I think-
smooth. That was smooth from start to
yeah,
finish.
That was gorgeous. Oh,
From start to finish.
so pretty.
That was gorgeous.
You know, it's you can tell like with Eva Mikla when she's on the beam and you can see how strong her legs are.
Yep.
Like you can see some of her
In
muscles
core.
quivering when she was trying to keep her
Yep.
balance.
Yeah,
And that was impressive. That was
Yeah.
an impressive routine.
that was a good fight all the way around.
You heard the scream Jello, the team scream Jello at the end, which is kind of an oxymoron because you don't want to be jello-y and jiggly on the beam. But for whatever reason, and I don't know the history of it, but if a gymnast on the River Falls team sticks their beam routine, meaning no falls and a nice clean dismount, they all scream Jello. So it's a
They used to, they used
Is
to give
that
out
what
boxes of Jello to
Why
each
not?
other.
Why not yell pudding pops?
No, well, and maybe one of the listeners knows how it all started. I know it was back.
I bet Brian Whipple knows.
yeah.
It may have
Maybe.
been before his time.
Oh,
Oh.
maybe we'll have to ask.
Yes.
You think all the way back to
We can
Shelley?
interview a gymnast
Might
too
be
at the end
bef-
here.
Yeah,
and see
we'll
what's,
ask him.
That's
Yeah.
a
But
A
you
lot
know,
of them don't know.
you know what? The other cool thing about Eva's dismount, it was right on the crescending moment of
Yeah.
the
Music.
music that was on for the floor routine. I like your sweater, Mike D. We're joined by Mike Cayley is coming in saying hi, checking out the festivities.
Well, the competition.
Yeah, that's right.
I
That's
mean,
right.
really, right, Katie?
You know, he was probably nervous.
No, we are. You know,
Katie, you're allowed
we're
to go. You can put the headset down and go talk to Jeff or your daughter if you want
No,
to.
she's just wanted some eye contact. Just send her my love.
Well, you know, here's the beauty of this. You can watch it live, or you can watch it
You watch it at home again.
anytime, as long as YouTube is around. You'll be able to
Ooh,
watch
this
it.
is on.
Right?
You got
this
this.
is going
Yeah.
to. This is graduation
Archive.
video.
And
right
it's
here,
all
right?
you know what though?
Archive.
It's all up to how good our videographer is. If
Yeah.
Kevin Westhouse was on that, or if he was over there messing
he better
around
have
over
been
there.
on that.
Did you have Eva Mikla on there, or were you scouring the gym?
I was all over that like a pack of dogs
I-
on a three-legged cat.
Good work.
Wait, haven't we heard that?
I said once a night, but there was I make an exception.
Yeah, that was. We talked about that beforehand. Holy smokes, that watching the beam is
Yeah,
is
it's a
kind
pressure.
of is kind
There's
of intense.
a lot of pressure. Yeah, and then it's.
Ooh,
So, yeah, we're
this
gonna
will
have.
be JV on floor.
Yes.
Yep.
This looks like Lily over there, ready to go.
Maddie Raverty popped in on the live chat and said Jello was a Shelley thing, right? So, but
think
she's
so.
Yeah.
she's asking too.
All right. We'll do some investigating here.
Yeah.
What Eva and I have learned through all these years of gymnastics is that from sitting in the stands, my daughter has learned sign language, so that's how I can communicate with her from across the gym.
What did that sign? I saw the sign. What,
She was
what did
pretty
that sign
excited.
say?
So, that was just a sheer excitement sign. But I've done like are you hungry? Because sometimes they need food
Yeah.
or money for concessions. Beautiful. This means nice and tight.
Yeah.
Like on a vault, if I'm nice and clean. We have little signals. Ooh, this is Julia on floor.
Oh,
The
Julia.
floor is
Yes.
floor is fun to watch too.
Floor
I
is
yeah.
fantastic. It's very fun. Another thing to keep your eye on while the gymnasts are on the floor are also the fellow gymnasts on the sideline. They participate, or sometimes they'll even mimic some of the movements that the gymnasts are making. It's very much a team bonding.
You want to come on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Former coach.
Come on. Yeah. We're gonna ask about the Jello comment. You know that?
She's part of the 4-state championship.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd love to have you on. Yeah. Stand for a couple minutes. This is a perfect time to do it right now because we can talk a little bit about the JV. So right now we're trying to tell everybody who we're trying to talk.
We're trying to convince Miss Lauren to come chat with us here. 1 minute of your time. Here we go.
All right, here we go. She's given more to gymnastics than that over the last couple years.
Lauren, thanks for coming on.
You're welcome.
Am I saying it's Kaminsky, right?
Yes.
Yes. Lauren Kaminsky. What was your last name in high school?
Brathall.
Yes, Gaia. Yes. So tell us about the years. So we were just talking about what years were the four that River Falls won 4 state championships in a row.
So it was 3 in a row.
3 in a row. Okay.
3 in a row.
Last senior year.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What year was that for you? Like 2000.
So 2002, 3, and 4.
Gotcha. Okay.
Were the 3 years the first 3 years we won.
So one of our trivia questions earlier tonight was what year was the state record team score of 141.47, and Brian Whipple guessed 2009, which incorrect.
Oh, Brian.
But then
Brian,
Maddie,
that's rough.
and then he said that he had too many records to keep track of his
fair.
teams.
That's fair.
So he didn't know that one. But then Maddie Ravery won a free haircut to Lori's Salon and Day Spa from Wendy Cipher for
Very
guessing
nice.
2002, 2003.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say 2003.
Yeah, which you would have been on that team, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was my sophomore year.
So tell us
The
about
alleys. You had both alleys
Yep.
then, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So and you two.
I coached her.
Yeah. Let's. That's what I was going to ask you. So tell us about you coached her, and tell me about this lady when she was a kid.
Very hard worker, always.
Thanks.
Yes. The other one, I had to think real quick. Nal and Cal are the ones that hid behind the mat once on me, but Lauren was usually working
Sounds
pretty
about
hard.
right.
Yeah. They. What do you think of this year's team, Lauren?
They're looking good. This is actually the first time I've seen them.
Okay.
I was hoping to come to the invite, which of course got canceled, but
Yeah.
young team, but
Yeah. They have
Impressive skills
no
and-
seniors. They
Yeah.
freshmen, sophomores, and juniors.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. But
What was your best event when you were in high school?
floor.
It was.
Floor
yeah.
was my favorite.
Deb knew that right away. She pointed right to it.
She knows.
This is our first time broadcasting the gymnastics, and I've
Yeah,
had
I
a
love
great
it.
time. It's
Awesome.
very entertaining, and
Thanks
had a
for
good
doing
time.
it.
Oh, we'll do it again. I know we will.
Awesome. Look forward to it.
Yeah, as long as we have the 2 cohorts with us for
yeah.
sure. So what
Professionals.
are you still involved at? So how old are your kids?
Just have one. He's 2.5.
Okay, is he doing gymnastics at all?
Not yet, but I've
Okay.
been thinking about signing him up.
All right.
Yeah, we can probably get you hooked up somehow.
Are
Yeah.
you still involved? I mean, I know you were head coach, and are you
I'm not.
Are you still
anymore.
involved even at the youth level at all anymore? Or
Not currently.
taking a
Nope.
break?
Yep.
All right. What was so special? Last question for you, then we'll let you go. What was so special about the Fab Five team in the early 2000s? Like, why were you guys so good?
I don't know. So it was the 5 of us that went through all 4 years and youth years before
Did all
that.
5 of you were coached by Deb Treadwell? Probably.
We were.
Maybe
Yep.
maybe
Yep.
that is the.
That
maybe
was pretty magic
that's
factor.
that's the.
But yeah, we
common
did it all 4
denominator.
years together and just, I don't know, stuck with it because you see a lot of change from year to year in teams. And
Well, like this
so we
group
just had a
doesn't
lot
have
of memories
seniors.
and a lot of very close bond.
And I think like Deb has coached every one of these gymnasts except for one, correct? When they were little. Yeah. So and then out of their team, how many did you coach out of their team? In
Quite a
Quite a
quite a
most of
few.
them.
I think Allie.
I was going to say Shark.
The leg was probably the only one you didn't.
Yeah.
Would it be fair to say that Deb's had a hand in some of the 18 straight trips to the state tournament?
Yes.
It's
It's a very good team effort.
Right.
Yeah.
But
And
the youth program is a huge factor for sure.
Yeah.
And I think it depends on the kids. I think coaches are supposed to provide opportunities for athletes to succeed.
But
Yeah.
the
The
athlete
athlete
has
makes
to
the
take the
decision.
baton and start going.
Yep.
It's up to the athlete how hard they work and whether they follow instructions and all that. So
For sure. Yep.
it's in their court. You
Definitely.
just
Who are
provide
we watching
opportunity.
right now on floor?
This is Avery Arndt.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Well, Lauren, we really appreciate you coming by. You're welcome to stay as long as you want. But if you look like you had to get going,
I'll
and we
go
kind of
catch the end of floor here.
yeah.
And wrangle my toddler. But
There
thanks
you
for
go.
having
Nice
me.
to see you.
thank you,
Yeah,
Lauren.
thanks.
How do you like that? We just grab people. So next we have Claire on the floor. These ones go super fast because for JV they're just using one judge at a time. So while one is scoring, the other one is judging.
We've got some great support coming in from the fan section over here. I know it's really pumping up the gymnasts on the floor. It's good to see.
Well, that was kind of a fun stop by.
Right.
Claire.
So Debbie, do you want to tell us a little bit about a floor routine? I know there's different point values. You'll see some of the gymnasts do front maneuvers. So when they're doing their tumble pass, they'll do motions to the front. Look at my fancy terminology here. Like you may have a front layout or a front tuck or thing, a front pass. You're also going to have some passes. We'll see what Claire does here. That's a back pass with back handsprings.
Yeah.
So
Doing a
some
tuck.
of their motions go backwards. Some times they're facing forward. What you'll see with a couple gymnasts coming up is they'll be doing some twists. So you'll get some half twists. You'll get fulls. You're going to get a 1.5 out of one of our gymnasts. And
the double.
And the double.
Double.
And you will hear the crowd go wild
Yes.
when we throw a double during one of our floors.
So most floor music is between a minute to a minute and a half. And then again, it incorporates both dance. The girls get to actually express themselves a little bit out there with their dance and some of the different moves that they do. They're required to do 3 passes. They can be backward or forward. They just have to be at least a superior. They're also required to have a leap or jump series, so you'll see some of that in there. They may also be looking to get some bonus, which can either come through their tumbling or their dance. So if their tumbling isn't as strong, they might have an extra dance element in there to try to get their score up a little bit more.
And what's fun to watch with the gymnasts, too, is you'll see the gymnasts infuse their different styles and their different personalities in their dance. I have my favorites.
Yeah, yeah.
There are some gymnasts that I feel have a true dance. They're so graceful and smooth, and Lexi's one of them. I'm going to point her straight out.
Yeah.
I love watching Lexi on floor. She does the dance is such a strength for her.
Definitely.
But here we have Lily, I believe, competing varsity on floor.
Yep. Trying to see who the judge. Looks like Tanya's over on floor.
Yep. Yes, they can't step on the floor until the judge signals them.
Correct.
So she's waiting for the judge here to throw a hand up.
And then the white line is going to be out of bounds, so they of course want to stay in bounds. It's just a 1/10 deduction. Everybody usually does a big
gasp
when they step out, but it's a 1/10 deduction, so it's not a huge.
That's good to know. I actually thought it was more than that.
Yeah. So we'll see how Lily does here.
Who do we have here?
Nice.
This is Lily Langer.
Lily.
Yeah.
Yes. Nice jump series.
Lily has a personal record of 7.85 on the floor this season.
Solid score.
And then some of the girls will have their routines choreographed. Some of them make them up themselves. So it all kind of depends on what their strengths are, I guess.
Nice tuck.
Nice finish.
Good feedback from the
You
crowd.
like those? Yep.
Nice height on her leap there.
Can you pick any music you want as long as it's not explicit?
That's
It
a good
can't-
question. Go ahead,
yeah.
Debbie.
I'm sorry. It can't have words in it.
Oh, okay.
Although they kind of, there are some that have some like.
But what if I used? What if I picked? Have you ever heard the violin version of AC/DC's
You
Thunderstruck?
could do that.
You could do that.
That's
yes.
what I would
Yeah.
pick
And
that.
I believe there was
I think
someone
I've
on
heard
team
it.
that did. Yes.
That's I like
Nice
their
job,
style.
Lily.
Yep.
That was a great job.
That was good.
What song would you pick, Katie?
Well, you know what song?
But if you could pick anything, if they let you
Gretchen
go to a
TD
song.
is going to. Well, she may not be listening right now. She's going to appreciate that. I love the song "Sail."
like Come Sail Away,
No, "Sail" by
Eddie Rabbit.
No, it was just out
think
a
I
couple
had it.
years ago.
Oh.
Because there are a couple gymnasts not on our team that have used it's got that, I don't want to sing, but anyway, it's got a very musical component to it. And I honestly think if I had a floor routine, I would incorporate
Deb,
the song.
what did you use
Sail.
when you?
Oh,
when
Herbie
you,
Hancock.
I'm gonna find
I
out
had.
who the.
boom.
You know, I would use
1980 something.
I would
I'm
use
sure of it.
I would use John Denver's "Thank God I'm a Country Boy," and I think the crowd would go nuts every time that would come on. I don't know if I could keep up with it or not, but
I
did the hand
like John
clapping.
Denver, but I'm guessing the judges would
Don't have
deduct
any connection.
0.5 points right off the bat.
You'd be starting off in the hole on that one. No. We like John Denver.
Right.
Oh, I do too. John Denver was married in St. Peter, Minnesota, at Gustavus Adolphus College.
That's true? What?
He married the song. You know the song Annie.
Yes.
That's about who he married. That's his
Aw.
wife, and she's went to Gustavus.
Wow.
I believe was a gymnast.
Now are you making
What?
stuff up?
That I might have made up.
I was going to say we competed there. UWRF competed against Gustavus all the time.
You weren't
for
even
gymnastics.
barely born when he was got married. Probably.
No.
He probably got that was probably in the late '60s.
Oh no.
All this talking has made my mouth a little dry. I'm kind of hungry too. What does a gymnast put on her popcorn?
I don't know.
Somersault. They're getting worse. I apologize, listeners.
That was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
That was outstanding.
I do what I can.
Do you have a lot more? I mean, no, I'm just.
That's what she said.
My country boy. Wow.
That was Johnny
Yeah.
Denver.
John
John
Denver.
Denver.
Gotta like that.
Yeah. What do you call a Disney princess that can flip like a gymnast?
I don't know.
Ariel.
There you go.
Boom.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you.
I have a great fairy story if you guys want to hear it.
Do we?
I don't know. I'm looking for someone to point us in the right
There's kind of
direction.
a
Is there
pregnant
yes?
pause there.
Rachel Randleman was about 3, and they were, we lived next door, and our cousins, my
What is
nephews and
Dennis
nieces were.
What is Dennis doing? I'm sorry.
Sorry. Go ahead, carry on.
I don't know what Dennis is doing.
He was like
Interpretive
leg
dancing or something?
Dennis is in
Movements.
the center top of your screen
Look
if
at-
you're watching
yep.
at home.
Look at.
Dennis is
Look at-
highly entertaining. He also often joins in on the floor routines when
He helped choreograph.
He helped. Yes, he is right on in there.
I think he helped put together Katie's routine.
Oh, fantastic!
He's kind of like dabbing.
What doesn't Dennis do?
He's
I
dabbing.
mean, really.
No, we are
Man of many skills.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Sophia Jensen. 7.5, 7.9 for Lily.
That was impressive.
Sophie has pulled some good scores on her floor routine.
That's a
Nice.
full?
That's
Do
a
they
full.
dock points if they come outside of the line at any time?
Yep. Just a 10th if they step out.
Because
Nice
she
jump
did.
series.
She did right there.
Did she?
I
and
don't
the-
think so.
Well, if she can step on the line,
Oh.
she just can't step
Oh,
over the line.
guy. Okay.
Correct.
Then
So
then
white
didn't.
is in,
Guy. Okay. Like volleyball.
like volleyball.
That's right.
Oh, that was
Sophie has a great presence on the floor as
She
well.
does. Sophia is also a smiler, which is always nice to see. She will infuse some good smiles and joy. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Series. That series also included a lean from Debbie and I in our seats.
I know. I was making sure. I just want to be sure.
Yep.
And this is the varsity
This
routine,
is
right?
varsity. Yeah. Yes. Varsity started with Lily, and now is on to Sophia.
Who are the other gymnasts that we have on floor?
We will also have Lexi, Eva, and Autumn.
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh,
Like right there.
She's getting really close, but there's nobody over here to like
right.
say she's out, so we're okay. I think she's
Yeah,
just
the,
right
judge,
on the line.
the judges are way on the other side.
Yeah.
They can't.
During-
There's no instant replay.
Right. During like that was very nice.
That was very nice.
During like a sectional meet, we're
Dennis
hosting-
liked the routine.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
When
Good
we host a
feedback.
sectional meet, there'll actually be people on the corners,
Like line judges?
Line judges. So if they go
Yeah.
out, just like on,
Yep.
just in volleyball. Yep,
Yep.
that's exactly what they do.
The Cats Den, the students that must have had some type of Hawaiian tropic night tonight.
Right?
Hawaiian shorts.
Yeah, I like it.
We very much appreciate
A
having
lot
them
of tank
here.
top. A lot of tank tops too.
Right. This is the difference between having a home meet at the
Yeah.
middle school and the high school.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah.
kids are here. That's awesome.
We've got
Jaden Schwans is over to your left.
They're picking out kids.
What are you pointing at? Oh,
Who
oh
else
yeah.
is there?
Jaden Schwans
I
is in the
see
orange tank top.
Isaiah.
Should we tell them to turn
Carter.
around?
Yeah.
Is that John O'Neill's in the front? I got
Getting
a lot
call-outs.
of backs of the heads
I
from
know,
here.
it's hard to
Don't
see.
recognize the.
Carter.
wait. Yep, there's Carter.
Ella-
Yep,
Carter
Ella was-
Jensen.
Yep.
Ella was very excited to
Oh, we
come
got
to
a
the.
Kyle. Kyle's down there.
Ella was very excited to come tonight, but she is at the house
Oh,
still with the
still.
flu.
Oh
She's
no,
been- she
that's
had it all week.
nasty.
Yep. I tell you what,
Hey.
Keep them at home.
Ellie's sure
Yeah.
missing her Ella. That's for sure. A whole week.
She's been.
Look
I
at-
think she looked like she was a little bit on the mend today, so I think so.
Hey,
What do we
Greg,
got
check
going
out Jaden Schwantz in that tank
Yeah.
top. I mean, it's like thunder and lightning.
Yeah.
I mean, welcome to the gun show.
Yeah.
Jaden's been in the weight room.
Well, I tell you what,
Jaden has been in the weight
this
room.
is going to be the third, maybe fourth time tonight where the apple doesn't comment if the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. But his dad,
Oh, yeah, update.
Jason
Oh, Jaden.
Schwans, is a heck of a specimen as well. He is a specimen.
All right, we got Lexi on the side here.
Where? Oh, there.
She's just waiting. Yeah.
Is Ellie here tonight watching, Katie?
Ellie is not. Ellie is bogged down with a
With-
little bit of homework
maybe
and
she's-
has
maybe
3
she's watching.
exams tomorrow.
Oh,
maybe
no.
she's
Yes.
listening while
She may be. I told her to tune in.
Ellie, if Kevin Schmidt, if you are out there listening to the
Ellie's
Riv-
nickname is Kevin Schmidt.
River Falls YouTube, hello, and study hard.
Right.
Kevin Schmidt she was a gymnast
She was
back
a
in the day,
gymnast.
wasn't she?
Back in the day, I
She
coached her
was.
too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Girl's a heck of a soccer player, and she's also playing basketball too. Does a
Yeah,
good
that's
job
great.
there.
Here comes Lex.
Good athlete.
She has some great dance.
Love watching Lexi on floor. I mean, come on.
right? And she's just always
Oh.
been able to dance.
Yes, absolutely.
She has an effervescence about her
Isn't
on
it
the
just
floor.
something
Is that a good description?
Bam, it's good. Bam. Got the teammates supporting her with some of the moves. Beautiful.
That's a very nice jump
jumps.
series.
All right. Got this, Lex. There we
Go, girl.
Nice and clean.
It's just like she owns the floor when
I
she's out
love-
there.
yes.
She just
Dennis knows the routine.
Yeah, he does.
Every move.
Oh yeah.
Nice and tight. Come on,
go, go,
baby.
go, go.
Up.
There, girl. I think Bridget made this routine for her, if I'm not mistaken.
The rest
It's
of the
amazing,
team
very
seems like
well
they know
done.
it too.
Oh yeah. This is her second or third year with it, I think,
I think it's second.
because she competed it with us one year too.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah. Nice, clean.
That was fun to watch.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, if I were a judge, she would definitely be getting the bonus for the dance and the infusing the extra.
Well, the presenting.
Yes,
yeah.
the presentation.
Yep.
Yes.
It wasn't just athletic acrobats. It was also
Very clean.
a dance routine
Yeah.
in the same
Yep.
in the same sentence.
Right.
Hey, can I give a little update? I just changed YouTube channels, and I see the wrestling is on tonight, Wildcat Wrestling. And the Wildcats are ahead of Chippewa Falls by a score of 55-24 down in Chip. So
Nice.
Johnny
Excellent.
Longsdorff and Aaron Cutt and Timmy Burns on the wrestling broadcast team bringing you that one. Looks like River Falls, I think, maybe won it. 55-24, Wildcat Wrestlers with another win.
Good work. Good work.
Congratulations.
Excellent.
The score right now for here at the Gymnastics barn is River Falls 65.85, Menomonie 58.65, Superior 58.85. I didn't know it was that close. That's what the score says.
Yep.
I'm just looking at. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can win by 0.05.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I was looking at some of the scores, and we were getting 8, and other teams were getting 4, but maybe not.
Could have been JV as well.
Yeah,
Could
maybe.
be, right. Yep.
That's true.
Yeah, it looked like, was it Menomonie? Had some really
Menomonie
nice
had
scores
some
on.
Yeah, some good, strong scores on floor.
I was looking at G. That's what it was.
That's what it was. Yep. So Miss Eva is next on floor.
What song is she going to perform to KDO?
It is a song without a title.
No title?
I don't know what it is. It's just
Was it self-composed?
no. No.
I mean, like Jeff didn't. Did he?
He broke out the electric guitar. and-
No, there is no. Nope.
Ain't no Mikla composed this.
No. No, we just to pick out a gymnastics song, a floor song
Oh.
is hours and days and days and days of pining and
Where,
picking
where,
and
where
choosing.
do you
and
go to
listening.
Spotify or where do you?
Just
YouTube.
on YouTube.
Gymnastics
online.
floor music.
Yes.
Okay.
Over and over and over.
But what if you want to get something new and fresh that nobody's ever done
You
before?
got to cut it.
Yes, yeah, you got to make it yourself.
All right.
This song sounds like it came from Top Gun.
7984, big split.
So she's going to do a 1.5 here. So she's going to add another half rotation. She's going to do all the way around and an extra half. And stay in bounds.
And stay in the line.
Atta girl. So the extra half gives her a bonus on that first pass.
Okay. Yeah, this sort of sounds a little bit like the Danger Zone, Highway to the Danger Zone.
Little Kenny Loggins
on
feel
top,
to it.
On Top Guns. Is Eva Mikla going to be the Maverick tonight?
Yeah, we hope so. Go, go, go.
A little twisted out of that.
There you go,
Okay.
girl. Nice finishes. A little bit short there,
Yeah.
but
Another pass coming.
so they're probably gearing her up to finish with a full.
Oh.
Atta girl.
All right.
Nice job.
Thought that was very smooth as well.
Yep.
She says she can feel those jumps with the
And the
shin
legs.
splints.
Yeah. Everyone, you just want to
Just yeah.
cry.
It's the not
The-
necessarily
it's-
the jumping, the
It's
landing.
the landing.
Yeah.
Hmm. That's how she describes it.
Are you guys? Does she ice them every day?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And you know, Tina's her best friend.
Yeah, those are not fun.
And last, but certainly not least for the Wildcats, is Autumn
Autumn.
T is next.
Yes.
Yep.
And then they're done. They're done.
They're done.
They're done.
And we just have whoever's left on B.
Correct.
Yeah.
And again, watch for Autumn's height. She's going to, on her first pass, she's going to be doing a double, which means 2 full rotations in her twist.
And what Dennis was talking about is
when you say rotations, you're talking about
spin.
Barrel.
So one flip, 2 spins.
Yep. Okay.
What Dennis was so excited about that she's working on the floor at the gym right now is a double back. So she's going to actually go up and flip twice. No spin.
Okay.
But two flips before
back flips in a row.
Backflips in a row.
I have a feeling Dennis is going to get fired up if she perfects that move.
Oh, if she does that.
9087.
That a girl. Probably 2 extra tenths on that one.
We'll take it.
My favorite.
Check out
There you
the
go.
height.
Yeah. I always tell
Here we
them.
go, Kevin. Oh, you got it?
Watch this, peeps.
Oh.
It is something.
Right? I mean, she's got an extra foot
She
before
could
she
just
even
keep
lands.
on spinning if she wanted to.
And that's a bonus jump as well. Strug. Named after Carrie Strug.
Named after Carrie Strug, yeah.
Or John Strug. Just kidding.
Another pass.
It's going to be a front. I mean, you can just see the height from
she
here.
is so high and tight.
And she just does that because she can.
Yep.
I used to say the same thing about
Check those out. Just can't get over it.
Sammy. She had a pass that she just did because, you know, I mean, she was maxed out on bonus. You just do it because you can, and they're just that good.
You're talking about Sam Krieger?
Krieger.
Sam Krieger was just like a
Oh,
ball of muscle.
Yeah.
Just a ball of muscle.
Yeah, just
Very
throw that
nice.
in there because I
Yep.
can.
She's getting a little sassy late in the round.
She is.
Look at that.
That's new, too.
Oi.
There you go. Nice job.
There we go, Tommy.
Is Dennis controlling the music over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're lucky it only got that loud.
Right.
Actually, they have it set up so it only goes over the floor, and I think over here for
Yeah,
floor
if you,
routines.
if you hook it into there, then it goes over everywhere.
Yep.
The whole thing.
Yeah, they have it programmed back there. It's a whole brand new sound system in high school.
Right.
That.
It's looking like all teams are done on all events.
Yeah.
And so while we wait for the final score for Autumn on floor,
Jordan's going to start taking
and
that apart if you want to see how that goes together.
I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, from up here?
Yeah.
I'm just checking.
I'll definitely help him do it.
34 for floor.
Her all around.
Sideline reporter Jeff Mikla is
He's
trying
saying
to get some
Eva
of our
got a
scores back.
34
34
all around.
all around.
That's a
All right.
great night
That is a solid performance.
So then we're just waiting on final
9-3.
team scores,
She
correct?
got a 9-3
They'll be coming in
and
here within 5
9-3
minutes.
to 9-1. All right.
That's really good. 9-3, 9-1
So it's just Velcro.
on the.
What's that?
Is that just Velcro?
Yeah, but that's layer one. That's carpet.
Yeah.
Then you got the foam. Then you got the top boards. Then you got the bottom boards.
So is there a award ceremony and all that stuff yet?
No, they just kind of rattle off who's where.
Okay,
She'll read off the team scores.
I would like
the
to,
mic.
Yeah, I would like to put off the final team scores if we could get those in.
You want to run it down to her?
Oh, is she gonna?
But it's safe to say right now River Falls
I don't know where Menomonies
won
at.
the meet, but we don't know yet.
Let me inquire with Jeff Mikla, who's been keeping scores. I can.
Oh yeah, you can probably
I'm
get
guessing
this.
he's got a great number as to how River Falls did.
I'm assuming there's going to be some time for some tabulation here, correct?
Yeah.
Gary.
I'll throw something.
Oh.
There's Gretchen and Martin Teedy right there.
Trying to get the attention of Gary Epstein, also known as the best bus driver for the River Falls School District, who likes to bus.
Would that be Lexi's father?
That would be.
We just heard over the intercom they will be announcing final team scores very shortly. Well, Kevin, I had a good time. Oh, here we go.
Well, that's just us. This isn't official.
Yeah. So here's some scores we'll read off for you. These are just the Wildcat scores from the vault. Looks like we had Eva Mikla had an 8.8. Do I have to average?
I would say that's probably her high score.
So they're just doing high scores. Eva Mikla had an 8.8. Autumn Teedy had a 9.2. Alexis Epstein had a 7.2. Is it 8.4? Whose handwriting is this?
I don't. We just grabbed it out of the stands.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, are these not official?
These are not official.
Oh. Well, whose are those? I thought that was the judges.
That's apparent.
I thought I was
We
just.
have another unofficial, but it's a little bit different.
Hey, Greg, I thought I was just listening to a Saturday Night Live skit and some scores from around the league. 7, 4, 9, 6, and 10-1.
Yeah.
And that's all we got. Do you have some that you didn't hit?
There are a few. Yes, I would like to go through and.
Were they skipped on purpose, or?
I kind of did them
Let's look
based
at
on
the
the
team-
topic
the team.
of conversation.
Clean this floor up.
Oh yeah, these are
I mean-
talented young gymnasts. I tell you what.
So
Now I
did you
see.
guys
Now I
have
see.
fun tonight doing this?
This was
Yeah, it was
fantastic.
great.
This was good.
I had a good time. I really enjoyed watching it.
Right.
Good.
Well, I'm
really
glad
did.
we're able to pull this off. I know, Greg, we had talked about this in our winter broadcast scheduling meeting back in like early December.
Well, no, it was
Late
before
November.
that we were watching baseball.
Oh
so
yeah,
it was. We
just-
were watching a Brewer game. I remember.
It was
that.
just after the football season ended, and we had met, and you said we should do this, and we had it on our calendar for January 30th, and by gosh, we did it.
Yeah.
Did it?
We locked it in. We had to. You have to. There's so many sports going on and so many.
So get this.
You have to reserve them.
So the River Falls Sports Channel on YouTube.
I'm listening to you.
Oh, the coaches.
Now we are coming up on about 130 events that we're doing. 100% volunteer. That's a lot of nights out of the house for me, and my wife has pretty
yes,
much
it is.
given up on me. Not gonna lie to you.
She's giving up on you.
Yeah,
You
she
need to
used
go to counseling.
She used to say, "You're going again? You're going again now?" And she's like, "I'm like out of the house 4 nights a week." She's like, "Yep, see you online."
Nice.
Deb.
They're reading off some JV scores.
Okay. Here, we'll turn this up. People can listen to it.
In second place, with a score of 6.9, Avery Arndt. And our lead scorer on beat tonight with a score of 7.3, Miss Claire Stewart. On vault this evening for JV in third place with a score of 7.9, Jaden Dwyer. In second place with a score of 8.1, Sophia Jensen.
While they're reading off some of the JV scores for tonight's action, we have Eva Mikla and Autumn Teedy.
Do I sit?
Are usually there's not too many times that the team captains aren't juniors, but there is no seniors on the gymnastics team. So you guys, hey, awesome meet tonight. That was the first River Falls meet that I've been to. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought you both were outstanding. Let's talk. I'm going to go left to right.
Okay.
I thought your beam was outstanding tonight.
Thank you.
Talk about that a little bit.
I don't know. I just seeing my team, I felt like I needed to get a good score to help our team get our goal, which is a 134. So hopefully contributing my score would help that.
Well, so you had now unofficially, I heard that you had scored a 34 all around. Did you not? You
I
know
don't
that?
know.
Okay. So do you guys know what your overall team is yet?
Mm-mm.
Okay. How long do they usually? So this is my first one here. Like, how long does it take before you know the final score?
A while. It depends if it's
Okay.
like a duel, maybe like 10, 15. If it's like an invite, maybe like 20, 30.
Okay, got ya. So a lot of time for post-game interviews.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Autumn, let me get to you. So one of the things that I noticed about you was like, how high you get, not only on the floor but also like on the beam, and where does that come from?
I don't know, honestly. My dad always tells me that too.
Was Martin is a leaper? Can he get up and dunk?
I don't know. He probably could.
He's a dunker.
Oh yeah.
I
for
bet.
sure.
Gretchen looks like she might be the jumper in your family.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
What's up? So how's the season? Tell me a little bit about how we'll go. You first,
Okay.
then Autumn, and then Eva. But tell me how the season's going. Are you happy with, how the season's going right now for you personally?
Yeah, I'm really happy with how it's going. We're having a lot of fun at meets, and I think that's really all that really matters, because at the end of the day, it's all if we're bonding, and if we get bad scores, just shake it off. We have more meets to go.
Yeah, good deal.
Yeah.
Eva, so I noticed you had the leg warmers on tonight
Oh,
for
yeah.
the shin splints.
Yes.
And though it was very 80s retro, but that's probably a little. I mean, probably been a little painful for you too, I
Yep.
assume.
Just take some Advil.
And
You're good to
I mean,
go.
do you have to ice them?
Oh
quite a
yeah,
bit?
every
Yeah.
night.
And then
Yeah.
and one of the thing with shin splints, you just got to kind of wait it out because it's
Yeah.
gonna take a little while.
Yep.
But we had one of the things I was going to ask you about. We had Dennis up here. Well, we had Allison and Dennis up here, during different events. But tell me what Dennis brings to the table for the team as being the manager. And he seemed like he knew
Crazy
every
energy.
Like
Oh, yeah.
he knew every
yes.
choreographed move
Yes.
over there for the floor routine.
Yeah, he puts in a lot of time and effort to our team. He brings probably like the most goofiest side.
yeah.
Always makes us all smile. So it makes a difference when Dennis and Allison are both here.
I think I hear some
ahead.
scores being announced, Greg.
Okay.
Let's listen.
We're going to listen to some scores here.
Second place with a score of 8.275, Alexis Anderson. And in first place with a score of 8.9, Eva Nicholas.
There you go.
Congratulations, Eva.
Right there she
Thank you.
is, first place.
That was on the beam?
Yeah.
Floor, this evening in third place with a score of 8.725, Melody Greenwood. In second place with a score of 8.85, Eva Nicholas. And our top score this evening on the floor in first place with a score of 9.2, Autumn T.
Just wave to the camera. Wave to the camera.
There you have it, folks. We had the
Couple of champions.
top beam, top floor.
In third
Second
place
floor.
with a score of 31.3, Alexis Anderson. In second place with a score of 34.0, Eva Mitla. And our first place finisher in the all-around with a score of 34.775, Autumn T.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there
And
you
finally, for our score overall
What
this
else?
evening,
Team score.
Team
with
score.
a score of 105 points superior. In
So
second
Superior
place
had
with a score of
105.
119.1, Menomonie. And our first place finisher this evening with a score of 131.95.
Oh, you just missed it.
Yeah.
River Falls.
So your goal was that tonight or is that?
It's overall. So we set a goal a few weeks ago of getting a 133, and our last meet in Rice Lake,
Rice Lake.
we got a 133.45. So now we
Try to.
accomplished that. Now we're trying to get a 134.
Yeah. Well, that's extremely close, but geez, great. Great night for both of you. I mean, was that your best beam this year?
Yeah, that was my PR.
Was that your PR for? And I actually have the stats right here. I can
no
tell
idea.
you. You had a 9.2 on the floor tonight, so.
I know that's not my PR.
Her PR is
but
like a 9.45.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah. What was your beam score tonight, Autumn?
I think it was an 8.025.
Yep. So
I
your
think so.
beam PR is 8.075.
So close.
And then what was your bars tonight?
I have no idea.
Oh, I don't either. But you were first on the bars, right? You don't know either.
We were talking when they announced that.
I think you were. But yeah, great effort. You had a good. What can you say? You had a good little cat stint over there too.
Oh,
what was
yeah.
What was their theme?
Beach, I guess.
Their Hawaiian.
Yeah,
They were wearing.
they came up with the theme.
Yeah, we
So-
didn't know about it.
Jaden Schwantz was wearing a like a cut off the muscle shirt and some and they were wearing some surf shorts.
Yep.
I guess. Yeah. Well, yeah. We'll one more question. I'll let you guys go. So. What I wanted to ask you guys, like, how did you pick out your floor routine music? Like, what was the deciding factor for your floor routines? Eva, you're first.
Well, both of our floor routines came from freshman year, so we've kept it. Sophomore year. So we've had it for 2 years.
Same song.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now next year, though, we're gonna change it for our senior year. I don't know. It takes a lot to look for a good song because a lot of people have the same ones. So we always want to try and find something different.
Yours reminded me of like a song in the movie Top Gun. And Autumn, the one question I had for you before I let you go, you were going from that direction to that direction. You were going, I guess it'd be northwest on the mat, and you look like you had another foot, like you could have done another turn, another flip or
She's
another
working
roll.
that.
Are you really? Like
Yeah.
you were that you had a lot of time left, and so I'm like, why doesn't she do another flip? We're gonna work on that.
Oh, yeah.
We were working on them a few weeks ago, but we've had a lot of injuries lately, so I think our coaches are just trying to like
Keep
it
us safe.
safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe for the state tournament you'll pull that out.
Yeah. Well, maybe. We'll see.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Great job tonight.
Thanks.
Thoroughly enjoyed it, and we will wish you the best of luck on the road.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you.
Kevin Westhouse, why don't you put a big red bow on this?
Yeah, let's get the.
And I also wanted to say thank you to Katie.
Yeah,
and
let's
Deb.
get them on. Let's get Katie
go
and
ahead.
Debbie on.
Yeah.
We'll sign this thing off. So this was what I like to call the maiden voyage for Wildcat Gymnastics.
Still really short.
Great job. Hold on, let me pull my camera back here.
We're moving over to.
There to our broadcast crew. We're going to put a big red bow around this
do we
thing.
look natural? Wait,
Yeah,
do we look?
It looks like
I feel
it looks
really,
pretty
really
good.
short. I mean,
Why
I
is
should
that?
be sitting on the chair.
Well, she
Hey.
has her Janet Jackson.
I do have my
know.
Janet Jackson.
On behalf of Wildcat Gymnastics, our great color and play-by-play commentators, Katie Mikola, Debbie Tradewell, and Mr. Greg Peters.
I didn't even need to be here. You
I'm
guys
Kevin
carried it.
Westhouse saying thanks again for joining us, everybody. And until next time, good night.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you.
Hey, good job.
Woohoo.
That was well